turn up.
Either way it goes, I'm going to welcome us tonight. What's
Yes,
up,
ma'am.
everybody? How are we doing tonight?
Oh, that's happening now.
Yes, it's red. Yeah.
You're alive. How you doing?
It is episode 15. We are in the building tonight.
We here.
I think the energy is like up and down tonight, but listen, we're going to keep going. We're going to keep, moving with the flow.
Who said the energy is up?
I was
and down?
about to question it myself.
I
said
just
that?
feel it, especially on the sofa.
No, you don't.
Oh,
wow.
okay.
Oh wow.
I'm
And
just
we're
saying.
back to you live. That's it, right?
Is
It's
it cricket
off of
tonight?
its
That's what it is.
axle.
Okay, so that's what it is. It's not okay. So good.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody? How are we
making
doing
up shit.
today? It is Wednesday. It's half of the week, middle of the week, shall I say?
Hump day.
That part, hump day.
Yeah, it's that day.
What's going on, Trel? How was your week so far? It's not over.
It's not over. It's not over. So it's going good.
That's what's
About
up.
to get paid this week, so I'm excited for that.
Oh, is
About
it
to
payday?
Johnny
Oh,
Gill on
yeah.
Oh,
Friday.
you get paid on Thursdays.
On Friday.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, it's
got
high
you.
fall this week.
Yeah.
My job is a little, shout out.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Blue ball that right.
I'm gonna refer you to Chime. You'll get paid 2 days earlier, so you can get paid on Wednesdays like me. Shout out to you. I got you.
Okay. That might work with my hot job.
Good,
Shout
and you'll
out.
get $100 as soon as you put your direct
Hold
deposit
on,
on.
yo. Chime ain't paid us.
Oh, I don't give a damn.
I'm about to say, Chime has
Oh,
not
they
paid
paid me
me.
$100. I referred him, so yeah, I get 100. So shout out to Chime. Yeah, I fuck with you.
Chime,
I'll get you paid 2 days earlier.
Beat the hell out that
Yeah,
shit.
Chime play too much. I don't have time.
No checks.
I
Yeah,
did
got
everything,
maybe
every step, and I still ain't get my 100. It's okay.
They better don't put you on 2 days earlier.
They don't.
Shit,
Okay.
yes,
Or you can
they
go to
do.
ViStar and they'll help you as well.
No, he just got my referral. Are you cool?
Oh, you're right. Keep
And
it in.
mind you can have your deposit half going in Navy Federal if you want to keep that, but you can get partial on Wednesday.
Okay.
Good
Financial
to know.
literacy.
Exactly.
Write
I
this down.
got you. I'll send you the referral code. You just put that down.
Oh my
What's going on with you, Jess? How was your week so far?
So far, so good. I learned that I've been buying caffeine. My coffee has been caffeinated. I just learned that. And I accidentally was on a call with a foreigner. And I was rushing him a bit, and my call got listened to because obviously we're on recorded lines, and it wasn't nice. So I am switched to decaf. So if I am more in a regular tone today or at a regular speed, it's because of that decaf. I really didn't even realize how much caffeine affected me, but I think that's because I'm going through this growth spurt, which I don't think my growth spurt was delayed. I just think I'm on the actual timing of what you should be when you're not eating all the junk food and stuff. Because at 28, you would think that I've been hit the point of my life where I'm sweating from my roots and certain things, or caffeine is actually affecting me. But no, it happened at 27, uncontrollably so. And stuff, but outside of that, and I said that because I did have a coaching, and that kind of put a damper on my week, but my boss said she wasn't going to write me up for it, so I'm having a great day. I'm not going to lie.
Good.
I'm magnificent. And yeah, and I got a promotion, so.
Question, are you adding stuff to your coffee, or are you just drinking it straight? Like,
I just drink, well, the caffeine was fine. I like black coffee because I normally eat like a Shroop waffle, which is very sweet. And I don't like sweets because it upsets my stomach. So like anytime I get like a juice or something, I always cut it with water. If I'm getting an Arnold Palmer, I cut it with water. I let the ice dilute itself so I can drink it with that. But yeah, so no, I don't put creamer in it or anything.
that's why.
I'm
You're
lactose
on 10.
intolerant.
Yeah. But I mean, it doesn't make sense why you're saying like you feel like it's more.
I should have put creamer in my coffee.
I do.
Or water it down.
Oh, water it down?
I put water in it to make it.
Nah, hot water down too a little bit. I'm an old man. It's too much. Too much
I
stimulant.
put creamer in mine. They have a caramel, a hazelnut.
I know they have different flavors.
Okay,
I used
so
to
yeah.
stock at Walmart. But I just,
It's okay. I was IMS at Walmart, so I understand.
I just don't know how much to put in it. I feel like when I was given coffee, like at a McDonald's or something, it was just overtly
Yeah, it's
sweet.
over. It's
and I'm like, wait a minute. It's like hot cocoa, and
That's
I don't drink that
diabetes,
either.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
It's more sugar than coffee. In that.
that's what I'm saying. I hate sugar stuff. Sugary things tear me up. Like even if
That's
the
crazy.
actual dessert is
Yeah.
too sweet, I cannot.
I'm a
like
person
it.
of I'll eat fruit before I eat something sweet. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
Because I just can't do it's too much.
I feel gunky. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
Like they say, sweets and sugars, they actually slow you down. For some reason, I feel like I'm very in tune with my body, and I can actually feel when I get groggy. I can actually. The itis is a thing.
Yeah, it
so
is.
yeah, and I don't like feeling it. So no,
Yeah.
that's why I don't.
Unless it's collard greens and dressing and ham and
Why are you pulling my
cornbread.
card?
I'm just saying.
Why are you doing that?
That's the only time I get
Because she see the
itis.
hips, she know there's no way you've been all that non-sugar talk, babe. Your bill, what you be eating? You have a
Pound cake.
carbs?
Right.
Now the savory fruits, all of those things, they do catch me. I'm not gonna lie. I'm
Right.
not gonna lie.
Yeah. How are you, Mr. Broadway? How was your week? How was your day? How is life? Let's talk about it. Anything?
I don't even know if I really want to talk about my day.
Okay, we'll talk about Monday and Tuesday. Let's go.
No, we gotta go back. I just talked about me getting chastised at work. What happened today? We all should know so we can, comfort you in your time.
How about Monday or Tuesday?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's
Not today.
not that.
Yeah, I feel
It would give a reason to why we don't have the Louie that they're used to. Make it more personable. Give you some support in the comments.
Monday, Tuesday. Go ahead. Or
You can deflect. That's what they saying, and you know me. I'm gonna tell you to let it out. This is fair, but
while he's thinking, my Monday and Tuesday. Let's see. I would just say that I am in a process right now of learning what is it that I want.
yes,
Okay.
That's it. Yeah. I'm gonna just leave that sentence there, clear as day, because sometimes I think with life we get bottled up in like the movement of things instead of like really sitting still saying, what do I want?
yeah.
What do I want? Like,
And
how
when you say getting caught up in the life of things, is that like the standard of what should be of life?
exactly?
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Like in the moment of saying you're a mom, so you got to do this.
Yeah.
You working 9 to 5, so you got to do this. It's like I'm realizing like I'm really just going with the sun rising and the moon coming up at night instead of saying what is it that Giovanni wants. So that's where I'm at.
That's real.
I just appreciate the fact that even when I feel like shit, and I'm sorry, it is still 6 minutes.
No, it's a good one.
I'm sorry, but even when I
did
feel
it a minute ago,
okay,
so
I'm
you
sorry.
good.
Even when I feel down, I still feel like God is like talking at the same time, and it's not in a place of saying like He's not saying what I want to hear, but he's saying enough to keep me like going.
Yeah.
So even in those moments of like just saying F it, I want to give up, I just still have maybe a 1% chance of like saying nah, I can't. So yeah, that's me. I'm sorry. I don't mean to get deep, but
to piggyback off of that, right?
yeah.
Okay, all right.
So my uncle told me, right, I'm not gonna speak about what happened, Jess. It's too close.
No, it's your
But I will say, like, right, like in my journey of being up and being down and being up and being down, as I've gotten older, I realized that you never know the answer to everything. Like, it doesn't matter, like, what you go through, what you've already experienced. Like, you don't know the answer until you come across it.
Exactly.
And today, as a father, I felt like the most helpless I've ever felt in my life. And I wanted to crash out. And I had to think about the fact that 5 years ago, I was in a shelter and I was sleeping in my car, and that same car, I had to sell it. And I look at where I'm at now, where I just accepted an offer for a job that's over $80,000 a year. New car, new crib, kids is a lot more stability coming in, and it's like in those moments where you want to crash out, it's almost a blessing. It's not almost a blessing. It's a blessing that I'm able to reflect on the moments where I already crashed out before and I'm not supposed to be here. Like, I know that for a fact. I did too much, like, causing self-harm to myself and just, like, putting my life on the line in situations I had no business being in and just giving up on myself. Like, just tired of feeling hurt, tired of feeling beat up. And it's like, I want to tell people, like, there's always another day. Like, there's literally another moment. Like, probably, like, 30 minutes after I wanted to crash out, I was being reminded by my uncle who beat cancer 3 or 4 times, and just like how much he finds inspiration in what I do. And like how I'm listening to him, I'm in tears, like losing my mind and telling him like, I'm about to do something, Uncle Keith. And he like, this is why you have your pod. This is why you have what you have, because you got a voice and you need to start putting your voice out there and stuff like this. Like, so I just want to like tell people like, yo, you gonna have those moments where shit just don't feel right and there's nothing you could do about it at the moment. You know what I'm saying? But like, you can't give up on yourself. You can't crash out in the moment. You can't react off of emotions. Like, you really got to move with logic, because you're gonna be like that little boy that's in jail right now, in Gaston County. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he wasn't taught. I guarantee you nobody taught him early on, just like the little boy we talked about the other day. Cause I was that crash out, yo. Like I used to cause man, like you get bullied, like you broke, you poor, like nothing goes right for you as a little boy, and you gotta go to this school and you gotta be perfect, and then you get bullied at the school, and then you got teachers that talk down on you cause you don't act perfect, and it's like all this shit pile up on you. You be so angry, and in the first moment you crash out because you didn't have a proper foundation to teach you the right response to things. And it's like now that I'm at this age and I was able to make it through all that shit and live, all I really want to do is get this game out and like put it in the right hands. Cause like this shit sad, bro. This shit sad, dog. Even what occurred, bro. It's like somebody else's parent wasn't teaching their kid what they needed to teach their kid.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then the teacher ain't doing their fucking job. So it's like we gotta do like you know what I'm saying? Like we gotta do a better job, bro. Like as a whole, bro. Like
Can
this
I
shit.
segue off of that really quick? Because I do think some parents do feel like it's the teacher's responsibility to do more.
Of course,
And
I do think
you're a teacher, so I do want to hear your perspective. But for me, as a future parent, but I'm an auntie, but as a future parent, I would not put it on the responsibility. How about this? As a kid who was a student to a teacher, my dad would tell you what you go to school for.
Exactly.
What do I send you to school for? To learn. Not to make the teacher have to teach you what I'm teaching you at home. So I guess what I was having him segue for is because what do we expect the teachers to do? Because they only paid to teach. They're not paid to discipline. They're not paid to reassure. And now the teachers who do take the time to pull a child aside and say you're special and speak life into them, I appreciate you. Miss Bertine, she gave me the superlative of most legendary. You know, they would give who's the class jock, who's the most funniest, who would be the most legendary. She gave that to me. And I will never forget this woman, Miss Bertine. I appreciate you because you did that. Now, mind you, I was already somebody who thought highly of myself. But the fact that you felt the need to pull me aside or to even give me that, knowing there was other students who probably could use the layup, I appreciate that. And so what I'm saying is, what do we expect teachers to do? Now, granted, if they're in their inkling, they feel the need to, hey, little Daquan needs a little bit more help, sure. But if they don't, but they are teaching them to the best of their ability, why are we upset that they're saying you need to go to the detention hall? Granted, if they feel the need to do a little bit more, but teachers are not paid to do more. They're not
and they're not paid.
In reference to what I'm speaking about, that shit don't apply.
Oh, right.
That
But
shit
I
don't apply.
but I was just
segueing because
I was gonna piggyback on Philly, your situation, and even what she's
that's
saying.
Something totally different.
That's something totally different. And even in that aspect, like teachers, that's not their job to do X, Y, Z. But then again, if my child is in your custody, I am expecting you to keep my child safe.
Oh no! What I meant by like,
you know what I'm saying?
If your child is being belligerent, my job is not to say, "Hey, why are you acting like this? Hey, what happened at home?"
Yeah.
No, sir.
Right, I get that part. What you're saying,
Miss Laney.
Right, but if it is the point of just saying like, people are really picking schools now because they're going off of, you know what, I feel like I can trust this school.
Absolutely.
Or I feel like my child will be safe at this school. So with that being said, you are putting your child in like a teacher's hand to say, just make sure they come home to me tonight.
Absolutely.
You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But when it does come to the behavior part, parents should expect that if I'm home teaching you one thing, then that should be an A at school.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Versus coming home and I'm finding out your behavior and your grades are bad. No, we got to pick one or the other.
I just don't like when, not necessarily like, because I'm not a parent, but the whole putting your child, like I've had parents be upset because their child got sent home for disciplinary action where they felt like the teacher could have corrected it. I beg your pardon? I have 24 other teachers to teach. God forbid I'm understaffed and I would have 36 children. Absolutely not. Come get the Quan.
I think that it's like, it's a nuanced thing. Like you can't necessarily blame parents and you can't blame teachers because...
I'm not blaming the parents.
Well, I'm not saying you are. I'm saying like just speaking from a perspective of on seeing it from both sides, right? So you got the parents that
don't care.
That don't care. You got those for sure. But then you do have parents that are at every event or they teach their kids exactly what they're supposed to teach their kids, but kids gonna be kids and kids are in a different environment. And it's like, as much as it's not on the teacher to you know, but in the same sense though, the teacher is seeing my child for damn near almost more of the time of the day than I am. So, and also my kid is seeing these students more than they're seeing me in a day. So as much as I teach my kids stuff, a kid is going to be a kid, and there's going to be other influences in there that mess things up. Now, as a parent, yes, it's not expected for you to do everything when it comes to my kid. But like you say, like once you go to school, bro, when I grew up, literally, I jumped on a city bus at 6 o'clock in the morning, rode by myself to school. The bus driver knew who I was, and I held the door for the teachers in the morning to make sure they got in okay. That's what we grew up in. That community environment. Given things are a lot different now with social media, but I think that's why it's such a big disconnect now between education and because it's not that family feel no more. We used to literally have a family feel with our teachers and our principals, like that they really cared about us. Like literally, I remember I was about to get into a fight in school, and the school cop drove me home to my uncle. I was shitting bricks because I was scared as hell.
Officer Galman. She stayed doing business
His
like
name
that.
was Teddy Graham. Rest in peace to Teddy Graham too.
I had a Coach C. He put me out.
Shout out to Officer.
You know what I'm
put me out of
saying?
a fight.
Coach
C, I love you.
You see how we saying all these, but like these kids don't have that as much no more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's because and then I speak on the behalf of the teachers and staff. They under fucking paid, bro. They underpaid, underappreciated, and then you do have to deal with kids that don't necessarily have the same respect for elders that we did.
That part.
It's open, and they open with it too.
Yeah.
But that's not even. Listen, bro.
If your kid can go to school and be influenced and literally forget every teaching you teach them at home, that is not on the kid fault. That's not on the influence of the world. That's not on technology. That ain't on none of that but parenting. No offense. In my opinion, the way, and I'm a spiritual person. So let me finish. I feel like, but I'm a child. I don't have to, I'm just telling you the experience of a child who my parents, it wasn't even that they struck fear in me. Because my parents will get off work to pull up to embarrass me if that's what they wanted to do. Those are the kind of parents that I had. And if you're going to be that kind of parent to get that same response, that's what you're going to be. I think these parents and I'm not even going to speak on the parents. I'm going to just speak on the student, like I said. As a student, if you get to school and start to forget all home training and start to show your ass, that means you have no fear of your parents because you got to go home to them, or you have no fear of the superiors in your school. You feel like they ain't going to do shit. Either way, how you look at it, you don't respect your upbringing, or you don't care, or your parents didn't instill it enough. When I tell you, I made sure I stayed in line at school, and then the times I thought I stayed in line but didn't, guess who was at the front office? Guess who was on the phone at the front office? They would say, "Here, your daddy on the phone." Fuck, all I did was skip lunch. That man got me right together. It was lunch. I didn't want to go eat there. I went to Wendy's. I still ate. That man got me together. So again, and this is not on to smush on the parents or nothing, but what I'm saying is, if you're going to have the response that the teacher should be doing this, because I still feel like there's teachers who care. There are still security officers, security guards who care. But like he said, if the students don't respect the teachers, they want to protect themselves, because students is bringing guns into schools now. So they're going to protect the ones that want to learn, that come here wanting to achieve. But those who keep falling in the cracks, we don't have time for it.
See, you can't do that neither. That's that.
All I'm saying is,
you can't
I
let
understand.
people fall through the cracks.
But what I'm saying is, it starts with the parents. If
I don't
you
think
don't want
she
your
mean
kid,
educational falling through the cracks.
No, I didn't.
No.
Not educationally, but I'm saying behaviorally. Yes, it is not the teacher's responsibility.
You don't give up on them.
I'm not
Where's
saying
the
give up
parent
on
to let them know that?
You say that like it's so easy. Like, dog, you can teach a kid. There's rich people that give their kids the perfect lifestyle.
That's a difference, and that's a horrible analogy.
No, it's not. You provide a kid a lifestyle that does not guarantee.
Providing a kid a lifestyle and teaching them up in the way they should go is two different things.
Providing a kid a lifestyle
private school,
and
the moment
teaching
they become able to go to school are two different things.
You want to play schematics?
No, because that's what the line I was saying. And my parents raised me in a way that there was no.
So I'm speaking about raising a kid.
Just because I'm getting an audience.
When you raise a kid, you can raise a kid perfectly how you want to. That does not matter. Like, that does not matter. When that kid leaves that household, that kid is going to make their own decisions.
I'm a little bit more spiritually
that kid is going to make their own decisions, bro. Like, you said that, but you say you said your dad did all of that, but yet you still had to have a principal. You still had to have them call your dad. And on the office phone,
like
you still had to have it happen though.
So what I'm saying is the offense.
But I'm saying it happened. You said you was taught this and that and third, and you was so scared, but you did it.
Yeah,
right?
I never talked back to a teacher. I've never cursed at a teacher. I never.
But you did that though. You did something, and he had to be called.
Those are two different things. So
I'm sure he was thinking like,
those
damn,
are two different things though. What were you gonna say, Gio? Because I think it's getting diluted.
No, it's
What?
fine. It's fine.
It's not getting.
No, it's not. Go ahead, because I'm more
That
so.
shit not getting diluted. You just don't like nobody playing with your own.
It has nothing to do with that. Me being reprimanded or students being reprimanded was not the issue. What I said was behaviorally. You should not think your teacher is finna do more because your child that you should be teaching how to respect the teacher is finna stop class, stop 46 students from learning because this one child needs to be corrected.
No
Absolutely not. So what I said was the analogy was what it was, but I was in a class where it was over 30 students and it was one teacher being overwhelmed. So the number gauging was whatever. What I'm saying is the behavioral part of it. So I wasn't saying you can't reprimand a child. Okay, this child doesn't have a hall pass and they're in the hall. That's not what I'm saying. Those minor offenses. I'm talking about the behavioral issues. Why are we putting that on the teacher when their job is to teach and your child's job is to learn? Anything outside of that is way too out of the norm. Now, what I'm saying is I respect the teachers who went above and beyond to pull Lil Daquan aside, to pull me aside to speak life into us. What I'm saying is it is not the teacher's job to be a behavioral therapist. That is not their job.
If you're working a corporate job, right? If you're working a corporate job
and you're not HR,
and your energy is off, have you not had supervisors that came to you and said, "Hey, are you okay?
Right.
What's going on?" That's not their job.
Facts.
Like their job isn't to care about my well-being.
I just said teachers will go above and beyond. Exactly, correct. Supervisors will go, and they could have sent your ass home. Correct.
I don't know what point you got on. That shit had nothing to do with my point. And I don't want to speak on my point. So teachers can send you home, or the ones that go above and beyond and want to speak life, like a supervisor. Are you okay? Is everything good? If you need to take a breather, like you said, supervisors don't have to do that. If you're in a position of leadership, that's your job. Your job. You just said it's not your job. Is not to just be a teacher. You just said it wasn't their job. If you're in a position of leadership at a school, your job is more than a teacher. That your job as an educator is more than just a teacher. You are teaching them about life, not just the subject that's in front of you. Your job is not to parent when you're a teacher.
That's not parenting, that's teaching. It's not to parent, but with me being in the field, what he's saying is you still have somewhat of like the sense in your mind to say, hey.
But you see the ones who call out, they don't feel what you're feeling. That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
I'm not saying
you have to have that inner.
I just said there's people, Miss Bertine, who will do it. You, Miss Gio, you are one of those people. But what I'm saying is that's not your job. That's your empathy. Mm-hmm. And there's nothing wrong with that. Mm-hmm. I feel like you should have both when you're working in that field. You should not be in customer service or dealing with people if you can't be that. I will agree with you. But what I'm saying is it's not your job.
It's not.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not.
That's all I'm
saying.
saying.
You do as teachers expect kids to come.
I'm not saying that there's not people like Gio who exist. Shout out to Miss Bertine. Mm-hmm. I appreciate you. I needed you. But what I'm saying is, Miss Bertine, you didn't have to. But I'm grateful that you did. That's the only point I'm making.
Because you always remember that one teacher as well.
Thank you.
That stood
That's all
out
I'm saying.
and says,
I'm not saying that teachers like that don't exist. I'm not saying that teachers like that shouldn't exist. I'm just saying that's not your job. And if you're not that kind of teacher, if you're that kind of teacher that send them home, if you're that kind of teacher that write them up, if you're that kind of teacher that send them to another teacher, I understand that because it is not your job. You have your own kids that I'm sure you make sure sit right and act like a citizen. What I'm telling you is, if you are one of those teachers who say, okay, listen, we got a relationship on the side. You know you don't play like this for me. You know you better show. I appreciate those teachers. I appreciate the ones that pull them to the side, pull the collar a little bit. But at the end of the day, you can't discipline the child because I also know the parents will be like, you took my son's phone away? I'd rather you send him home.
Well, that comes with knowing what school you're enrolling them in because we take phones daily.
Oh, well, see,
and the parents know.
Yeah.
And if your mom calls and say, he just texted me and said, come get him. Why do you still have a phone when we took up phones this morning? Once again. So my thing is, it's like at the end of the day, yes, a child is home getting taught one thing, but guess what? When they do come to school, when they get around these peers, it's like they either forgot everything. Right. Yeah, and then not only that fear part is real. I can say my generation was so scared of our parents.
But what do you think the difference is between how your parents raised you and how you're raising your kids?
There's way more influences.
The kids that are being raised now, they don't get those out of the blue hits.
No, I'm saying your children specifically.
So my kids specifically, I feel like, okay, only in my shoes, I can say I'm not on them as hard as my mom was on me.
That's honest as fuck.
And that's it. Like she made sure from, let me show you how this junk look if you go have sex early. Let me show you how this look if you want. She's showing me, you know what I'm saying? And I'm more like, maybe my kids don't need as much beatings as I got, or maybe don't need.
And that is the other side of it, where like you want to speak about the people that raised us. They didn't raise us right. They didn't. Let me not say they didn't raise us right, but their parenting is the whole point of the whole reason that mental health is such a thing right now. Because our generation had to go through so much mentally and physically to get to this point of healing. Now that everybody want to be promoting healing, we're that generation that dealt with the parents and they dealt with this shit from their parents.
But it was more of a fear we had for our parents.
No, that shit wasn't.
I was scared of my mom.
Kids their disappointment more so than anything.
Kids shouldn't have got hit with no fucking extension cords.
I don't have that
extension cord. I get,
but that's what I'm saying. This is the discipline that y'all talking about. Like, that shit came from slavery. Like, whooping kids, that idea came from slavery.
The Bible say whoop your kids. So
I'm a spiritual person. I just have a different understanding.
I got my ass tore the fuck up and I still left the house and did what the fuck I wanted to.
That mean you wasn't scared of your parents.
But you didn't respect them. You whooping me wasn't gonna make me scared of you. That didn't make me scared of you.
It's not fear.
You know what made me scared of my mother? Disappointment. That's what made me. Right. That's what made me like fear disappointment because I was such a bad kid. I hated the tag that he gets A's and B's, but. So I hated the fact that they thought I stole. I hated the fact they thought I was a liar. That's what really got me together over time. It wasn't the ass whoopings. It wasn't you telling me if I ever went to jail, you was never gonna see me. It wasn't you motherfucking telling me if I'm out in the streets, none of that shit worked. It was you talking to me and telling me when I got older, hey, this is what I went through, and this is why things was hard for you. That's what actually worked. Not all this extra shit that people be thinking, the fuck, you can whoop kids all you want to. That's making them scared of you. That's not making them respect you.
I was never like fearful. I was never like fearful of my parents to the point where I'm like, what? Right. No, it's more of like, what you need me to do? Because I respect you, fear. That's what I'm saying, fear. Like, it was never like fear, like I'm trembling.
And as a man, I feared my mama so motherfucking long, I didn't tell her the truth about how she raised me. And that shit broke me until I was an older man and had to really express how I really felt. You get what I'm saying? Like,
everybody's story is different. I get that.
Not just that, but as a whole, our parents didn't know how to really raise us properly because they weren't taught the right way neither. The shit that they went through in order to get here, like my ancestors, what they had to go through in order to get here, nobody's fucking healed. Mm-hmm. That's why it's like it gotta be a joint thing. You can't say it's not your job, it's not your job. It's not my job to police somebody else's kid. However, if I see somebody else's kid in trouble or I see somebody else's kid doing something they shouldn't be doing, it's my job as a man to sit there and give advice. It's not my job to go to no fucking school and read to the kids. But that is my job because I'm a public figure.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say, weren't you asked?
No, but I'm saying like I'm a community figure. That is my job. Right, I don't give a fuck what niggas say. I'm a rapper. I'm an actor. My job is to be in the community. I shouldn't just be getting the reward of motherfucking being seen by my community. Nigga, get your ass into school. Show these kids what they can really do. That is my job. Yeah. So when I'm speaking about an educate, nigga, that is your job. Not like I'm not trying to step on, but in my mind, that is a part of your job because if I was working in education, I'm treating all these kids like they mine. When kids are around me, anytime I've dated a woman, ask them if they motherfucking kid love me. Ask them how well they was treated. Ask them if they felt like they had a dad around. Mm-hmm. Because that's not my job, but it is my job. Right. It's our fucking job, and that's why this shit is so long.
If you are feeling the role to be a stepdad,
it's not your job for its pay wise.
It is though. No, that's like for real. It is.
Right, and it's not your job as pay wise, but it is your job if you have a heart. Bottom line.
That's what I'm saying. If you have empathy,
if you have a heart and you're a teacher, some teachers coming up with the mindset that this is just my job. This is just my paycheck. Yes. But then you do have those teachers that say, empathy, you know what, little John, I already can tell you just came from your house. You ain't had no breakfast. You didn't brush your teeth. You got the same underwear on from yesterday. Your shoes look like you had them on from last year. Like, we see all of that. Yes. And we have to embottle that. Yes. Do I want to help this child? Yes. Or am I going to stay in my own lane and not even partake in that? Because you know what happens as teachers, and it's another part that we have to think about. When we do step that line and say, I'm going to get more engaged, I'm going to help you, it turns around that either, guess what, the parent began to look at it as you're doing something that you have no business doing, or that child flips on you a week later as you bought them shoes, underwear, t-shirts, toothpaste, toothbrush, this, that, and the third, and then you realize, dang, this nigga just flipped on me. Right. And I did X, Y, Z for this student.
The upside or downside of as a teacher, but that's on you.
I know I do it. I'm not saying I've done this. I do stuff out the kindness of my heart for anybody.
And that's what anybody has to do. Like, whenever you do something for somebody, I never do anything with like, I learned my lesson from this shit because I used to be so disappointed, y'all. I'd be like, yo, I did this for this person, and then they be like, damn, why you gotta keep bringing it up? And I was like, damn, you right, why do I keep bringing it up? So I started bringing it up, and I'm like, the therapist said like, yo, what it is that just because you do something for somebody does not. If you doing it for somebody, do it for the kindness of your heart. Yeah. Don't do it because you expect anything back. And I feel a lot better now when I do stuff because it's like I'm not even worrying about the fact you didn't.
There's a scripture about that.
Working
when
as a case manager
freely with an open hand.
Bro, I brought niggas sweaters and all types of shit. I got fired the day after I brought my fucking case, one of my cases, fucking $50 worth of clothes and shit to make sure he was warm. But like,
right back.
I don't care, bro. Like, I don't care, bro. Like, cause it's like, if I didn't do that for him, nobody else in that office was gonna do it for him. Everybody ignored him.
Yeah.
All I did was literally go to motherfucking Family Dollar real quick, bought him 2 sweaters and a motherfucking jacket and said, here you go, bro. But it's like, that ain't my job.
Right.
But it is, bro. Like, you gotta care about the world, man. I just want people to care. Because this shit is getting nastier and nastier.
They have to
and if
care,
we don't take care of ourselves, dog. And the parents, and this is the last point I'm gonna make on this. The parents, bro, it's like, the parents, yes, you can say, and I'm not speaking to you in general, Jess. I'm saying,
I ain't no parent.
I'm just, as a whole, I'm saying your point. But as a whole, like, yes, certain parents, blame them like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
But some parents really are working 3 jobs and trying their best. Like, I barely saw my mother. But she put the roof over my head and she did the best she could. Do I hold her accountable for some other shit? Absolutely. But my mother did the best she could and I rarely saw her. These kids nowadays, it's so many different distractions that if I'm working for 3 damn jobs, you damn near lost. And all I'm doing is trying to make sure I provide for you. And as a parent, you can say, well, I'm still supposed to do this and that third. But like, bro, like I worked. I'm trying to put you in school. I'm trying to make sure you got clothes. I'm trying to make sure you fed. And I'm also trying to make sure the bills is paid. And motherfucking pay ain't that much. So now I got to work another job and take up more time away from you. And I might not.
If my son knew all of that, or not even my son, my child knew that I was working that hard and understood that. And see, that's another thing. As a parent, and I'm not one, and that's the exact reason why I'm not that reason, but I don't want my kid to feel like, mommy, I don't know, because it don't sound like you want to. Okay,
they don't get it.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. They don't get it.
They don't get it.
Doesn't get it.
If the kid doesn't get it, and see, that's the thing. My parents were kids when they had us, so I was very understanding. That's why I was talking to you in the car. I didn't ask for things as a child. I didn't ask, Dad, we're going on a field trip. It cost $7. I didn't do that because I understood my parents' position, and I didn't want to burden them with the things that I wanted to do because my school was doing it. So I would be the kid left at home in the classroom with the teacher while everybody else went on the school field trip. I never let my parents feel that burden, even younger, because I could see on them that there was weary. Didn't know if it was a bill, didn't even know if it was their relationship, but I knew that there was something. Why? Because I was aware enough to look at my surroundings. Okay, it's 5 of us, 2 of them. I'm just chill. So that was me. Now, I don't know about other children, but I do believe when you have a certain bond with your child, and I'm only speaking as a child with a bond with my parents because I do have a different experience. I understood where my parents were coming from, even when I didn't have a fully frontal lobe developed. I understood, okay, maybe this is not the right time. I could understand mannerisms and certain nuances. Even if I wasn't at the adult table, I could still tell, okay, we're not getting fed. Okay, so something is wrong with the money. Okay, I'm gonna go to bed. I'm not even gonna say I'm hungry because y'all know it's 9 o'clock and we should be fed. Okay, I'm gonna go to bed. That was just me. So I knew my parents were struggling when they had me, and even with the ancestral thing, I understand that we came from a broken place, and I do not feel that my parents abused my beatings. You understand? My father was somebody, if I said a curse word, mind you, I'm only saying what I'm hearing, so I don't even know why I'm getting reprimanded for it, but whatever. If I said a cuss word, my father would take me in the bathroom and have me at least eat a quarter of soap. And if I didn't eat a quarter, I was not finished. Eat a quarter of soap to wash my mouth out. That's a thing that black people use. It's a colloquial term. Wash your mouth out with soap. My father literally would read a Jet magazine back in the day, Jet, sit in a corner to make sure I ate my quarter of soap before I got to leave that bathroom. And mind you, I was saying little minute curse words, but they were flagrant to him. So what I'm saying is, you don't have to necessarily physically beat your child if you don't believe in swatting the ass. That's fine. Get creative with it. But to think that the influence is going to take over, that's a real... You gonna let these... Take the phone.
You have too many parents literally trying to be the kid's friend. And my mom was never my friend, but I could trust her.
We friends now.
I could have conversations with her. I can go to her when I needed to just vent. Like, I could do that with my mom, but I never saw my mom as a friend, and that is the problem today. Kids are coming in the office because they're in trouble. They mama get there, and instead of being on the teacher side who called you out, they're on the child side. Now what happened? Don't talk to them. I'm talking to them right now. And it's like, wait, ma'am, I called you.
Yeah.
If it was something I could have handled, I would have handled it. But I brought you here to make sure that you put the insight in this child and let that child know, listen, you're in the wrong.
And now you see what the disconnect is.
And you see,
oh,
so
that's what I said.
it's almost sad that
it's two sides. Remember,
it's two sides. It is two sides, but I still see it as my mom. Even if she believed the hell out of me, she would come to a school and be ready to whoop me because she's like, whatever they saying, you had to do it. Because why are they even calling me to say you did it?
Because
you see what I'm saying?
And
until my mom got the full story
Yes.
is when she would say, okay, I ain't gonna beat you.
Right.
But until then, I was already getting a beating before she even heard my side of the story. And that's how, to me, parents should come. Like, why are you here?
See, no, that's what I'm talking about. You just said you got to ask women before she heard part of the story.
But what I'm saying,
Before she heard that you ain't do nothing
that's
wrong,
my
you gotta
mom
ask
showing
women.
me that I ain't playing with you.
Right. You go to
that's
school to
what I'm
learn.
talking- that's
I'm
what-
not playing
What?
with you.
Like you hear
I
what
didn't
I'm
take it
saying?
as
You
a
said you
bad.
got an ass whooping for you got an ass whooping and didn't do nothing
Well,
wrong.
then
You
don't beat
saying
them.
that's a good thing?
Don't beat them then. Let the
I'm not
correction
saying it's
officer.
a
Y'all
good
gotta explain this to
No,
me because
listen,
you're
okay.
describing this as getting
I'm
an
not
ass
saying-
whooping. You did nothing wrong, and
I'm
that's a
not
good
saying
thing.
it's a good thing, but what I'm saying
You
is
said you-
it showed that I had a fear of some sort over my mom, and my mom expected me to act the way she trained me at home. That's
Your
all I'm
parents
saying.
saw a better potential.
That's it. They
Period.
expected
Y'all
me
not
to
want you
hearing-
to be
I'm
them.
sorry, maybe y'all not hearing what I'm saying. You did nothing wrong. You got an ass whooping. You trying to tell me that was a good thing?
I think only men
You
would
got-
synthesize it that way.
What?
Not like
My
that, but I'm saying
sister-
like
What?
My sister
What?
was in trouble, and the school called my mom. My mom
I'm not
got
talking
there
about if you actually
out
got
the
in
car.
trouble. I'm talking about you just.
But I'm saying-
what
what
you
I'm
just
saying is-
described.
let
You
me
just
finish,
described to me. You got your ass whooped for doing nothing wrong. You telling
the
me
teacher
like that was a
should never
good
had to
thing.
call your
My
parents.
mom,
She did something.
exactly.
She did nothing wrong.
No, in the end of the
So
day,
what about the scenarios where the kid actually did nothing wrong?
Your
and
parent, your teacher's not going to call the parent if you
They
did
do
absolutely nothing
literally
wrong.
If you want me to use the example today, I can use the example today because I can get mad for real. That's not the truth. That doesn't happen.
we're not trying to put that situation in
But that's
a normal.
But that's a real situation.
It
though.
is, it is, but-
Because y'all said that this wasn't happening. We said that this was happening, and y'all checked the footage and found out that it was actually happening. So you can't say the teachers don't be. That should be wrong. That should be wrong sometimes. And they did it with me growing up. So then you label the kid as the bad kid when actually I was being bullied. So I fought back. But did you tell my mother that? No, you said Louie was just fighting.
And that comes along with the school you attend
But
to.
that's my.
Because the
but-
schools learn
So
the
everybody
children.
can't be Geo.
Right.
Everybody can't be Geo, and everybody can't be who our
I get
teachers
it.
were.
I got it.
Yeah.
I get
This
it.
is a real world we live in.
Right,
That's
it
facts.
is, and you have some teachers that don't even care. So even with your situation, I feel like they was wrong because guess what? They should have just immediately took the side of the person who was being the bully to the person.
No,
Like
you know what they did? They put my daughter in the front of the fucking class and made it seem like it was her fault.
that's what I'm
I
saying.
don't
So
wanna
they
hear
are
that
wrong.
shit
That
about-
situation is dead
That's
wrong.
what I'm saying though.
That
That's a real
situation is dead.
situation.
Yeah, that situation
we
is
talking
dead
about
wrong.
well, you ain't talking about hypotheticals.
No,
but we talking about hypotheticals and we talking about real situations.
yeah.
I'm talking about real situations here. I'm not talking about no made up shit or no. I'm talking about shit that I actually know. Me as an actual boy that was raised in a school where I was constantly motherfucking pointed out because I was broken than everybody else, but I was smarter than kids, and all because I had a different energy, all because I had a fun energy. I got labeled, and then you know what happens? I go home, and all they do is tell my mother, "Hey, he did this." Do she ask me what actually happened? No, because she did what she went exactly with what the school said.
I got you.
So those parents back then, they didn't care. It's shut up. You a little boy. Why are you talking back to me? I don't want to hear it. What did you do? I don't want to hear it. And then you know that you get the ass whooping and they ask you what you doing. Doing the ass whooping, they say, "Shut up, why are you talking?"
My mom was just on the teacher side until she heard the full story. I'm gonna just put it.
I'm
like
just
that.
saying, getting the ass whooping when you ain't doing nothing wrong does not sound right to me. I don't give a damn about.
Well, I do
and
want
don't
to
get
say
me wrong.
it starts with the parent. Like, I'm not gonna lie. If you don't have the kind of bond with your parent to have an understanding of why you're being reprimanded, that's different. If you feel like your parent is just out to get you, they don't even explain shit ever. They
That's
have
not
a
what I'm
very
saying.
cold relationship.
That's not what I'm saying.
I don't. Well, I'm just. Let me just get my shit, because at the end of the day, this is all just whatever. Because I don't even know. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even a parent. All I'm saying is, at the end of the day, how I was raised, I feel like there is a way in which you can reprimand your child while also giving them respect and making it so infinitive that when they get around other influences, they're not influenced. Like, if you teach your kid to know whose they are and who they are, they're not gonna falter, in my opinion. I mean, I have siblings where the makeup is real, and I'm a testament of it. So I know I'm speaking from my experience, and that's the only reason why I'm speaking, is because I have the experience of it, and I'm speaking from mine. Now, of course, it gets subjective as you skew down, because parents are not the same, the teachings were not the same, the dynamic probably wasn't the same. You understand? Like, I was raised in the church, so I did have a respect for my parents. I had an understanding for what my parents were going through, went through, and even now I sound, or even when I was 17, I would sound beyond my years, and that's why people would say, damn, not me speaking, but whenever you get the compliment, damn, you sound so mature. It's because you know who you are, and you aren't shifted or moved or maneuvered by influences. Now, I'm not saying that people aren't weak-willed. They are, and that's probably the majority. A lot of people are sheep, and that's okay. What I'm saying is, if you teach your child because you want them to be something more or greater, or you see more than them, you will speak that into them. But if you don't see that for them, or don't even see it for yourself, you can't. You have to know to do. So if you don't know, then you can't. And that's why they say, when you know better, you do better. It's just that simple.
And like
that's
I was saying, my sister's story, my mom was called. She went to the school. Like, actually, while she's being called, my sister's in the background saying, Mom, I didn't do it. I didn't do it, Mom. And it's because she's like, you know me, Mom. Like,
right.
You know me enough to know, like, this teacher is now just calling you because she's had a rough day. And she picked me out of all kids.
And she probably know your daughter wouldn't even interrupt.
And then you know who to call, because some parents be like, well, what you want me to do? Because he ain't coming home right now. Right. It's like, ma'am, are you the parent or are you the sister? What's going on? Right. You know, what's really good? But in that situation, my sister was in the background saying, Mom, I didn't do it. My mom still came to the school ready to beat my sister's behind until she heard the full story. Right. What needs to happen to me in this generation, these kids need to be more aware.
Yeah.
Of the consequences that come behind you acting like you grown.
These kids gonna call the cops on you.
They will try. And I have to remind them, listen, you might call DCF on your mama, but you ain't finna call them on me.
It definitely needs to be adjustment. I just don't know, like, it's a tough time, because everybody's spread thin, bro. Like, as much as we want to talk about parenting, like, how much energy you have like, you need to get away right now. You feel what I'm saying? Like think about, like, how many women aren't as strong mentally as you are, or how many people didn't have the stable households, or, you know, people.
Right.
Everybody didn't have that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, it's great to operate with that thought process, but majority people don't have that. If we did, so many people.
And I want to say, to his point really quick, that's why I don't have children, though. Because I stand on everything that I'm telling y'all. I don't just say this shit for the pod just because I literally feel like I know that influences are taking over. I know that students, or kids, sorry, are more satiated with the more salacious things than they are with the more modest things. That's why I don't have children. Like, I've been pregnant twice, but I did the decision to deal what I wanted to deal with, because you're not finna see me weak. You're not finna see me in between 4 jobs trying to... We're not doing that. I'm going to be set and stable. And I'm going to make sure your foundation is as solid as I can make it. So I know everybody didn't have the option. I know people found things out late, or they just keep, you know, and they like to do things how they want to do it.
Right.
I'm just saying, for me, when I spit rap is real shit. I don't have children for that exact reason. I got a fur baby, and I bet you when I say sit, he do that. When I say go in this house and act up if you want to, he know what's up. So for me, everything around me, when it comes to what I'm bringing into this world, whether it's a fur baby that's not mine or my actual loins, you're gonna be a product of me, period. Everywhere you go, it'll be a billboard of me. Oh, that's Day Day Mama. She don't play. You're damn fucking right. I don't even give a fuck if you get around your cousins. They may be lighting shit on fire. Where you at? Mommy, I went to the couch. I didn't know you did.
Because you know what I do.
You ever hear about those girls
but
that's from the church?
These not my children.
I've heard of those too, but that's not always true.
These not my children.
I think that's something that was just thrown out there. You talking about?
These not my children.
Word.
And again,
church girls?
I grew up in the church. I don't have no salacious history.
Word.
I didn't do nothing out of none of that shit. I've been married, all that. And I'm not saying that other people's stories are not real. I am solely speaking for Jessica and what Jessica will produce. My sister is the only person who has kids. She has 3 of them. And the way her sons are... She don't even beat her children. She doesn't. She very likes to believe in soft parenting. So what I'm saying is, for me, Jessica, this is how I believe. So if your parenting style is different or more unique, if you will, do what you do, Bookie. What I'm saying is, I don't want your child to end up like 16-year-old Sean Simpson, who was in Gaston County and decided to allow his emotions to take over, where now he's facing charges as an adult for first degree murder and attempted murder. That's what I don't want. So I don't really care how parents, but what I'm telling you is, when you let them go out into society and make grown-up choices, that is the consequence. I don't care.
At the end of the day, a child should have some type of fear of the guardian that is raising them. Bottom line.
Let's use respect. Y'all keep saying this fear thing.
I
think it's respect.
When I say fear, it's respect.
No, fear and respect is two different things.
When I say fear, like, think about it.
It has similar emotions.
Fear
and
think about it. If your mom pulled up somewhere when you were younger and you didn't know why, are you not scared? Are you not in a bad way scared? But like,
you're sweating.
I think that's respect. I don't think that's fear.
And I'm saying this.
Fear is when you in the middle of fucking woods with a bear. That's fear.
No, I don't mean that.
Like knowing you did something wrong.
No. What she's saying is the emotions, the chemical reactions that are let off are the same.
Because I'm saying it simple like this. I have a simple as day scenario. I have a parent that we try to call every time her son acts out, right? We call her, this lady, why y'all calling me? What did and it's like, pause, ma'am. Are you not the guardian here? Right. Are you not the parent?
No.
And then when we do decide to call somebody else, like the grandmother or the uncle who also has kids that go to the same school, the uncle says, okay, just call me. And it's like the mom gets mad that we didn't call her sometimes. And it's like, ma'am, every time we call you, you're not in the parent position.
You know why? Because she ain't got no respect for herself.
And that could be that. But what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, your child should have fear. Like, your child only, like you're saying, your child only knows that my mama talk down to me, my mom belittle me, my mom doesn't care about me. And that's sad. Where's the fear to know that I shouldn't be doing what I'm doing? Because besides all what my mom shows me, I should still have some type of fear.
This is what I was trying to tell y'all. I had the fear. Like, I had the fear. That shit didn't change nothing. It was the respect.
It don't change nothing.
It's the respect. It's not fear, It's respect.
I feel what you're saying.
You had a respect for saying. You had a respect.
Oh, I never used the word fear. That was her adjective.
When I say fear, it's not fear and respect to me lies in the same thing. I don't mean like
what you're saying.
I don't mean that.
What you're saying is the chemical reactions that let off when your parents were showing up for you.
Correct.
You internalized it as fear. Those same chemical reactions felt like fear to you. Why? Because you were sweating. You had anxiety, so you're comparing it to fear. I understand what you mean as respect, and I understand why you're using it. I know you didn't mean like a horror movie, somebody's coming to murder you, but again, you felt all the things. Your body froze, all these tenses, anxiety. You felt the same chemical reactions as fear, so that's why you were describing it as that, even though you were able to nuance it and say it was respect. I get the two. I did have a fear of my parent, but it wasn't the fear of them gonna kill me. It was the fear of disappointing them. It was the fear of them realizing that I'm not the child that they raised me to be. It was the fear of, oh my gosh, I'm acting like a fucking
all this
damper.
falls under the umbrella of respect. Like, that's why
I'm gonna use respect for your sake, but I'm just letting you know, like, okay, prime example, I have a small story and we're gonna keep moving forward.
Saying prime example.
I'm sorry, but listen,
we're on a podcast for the record. Like,
you're supposed to be talking. It's good.
The whole point is to talk.
I know, but I'm just saying, I don't want to seem like I'm constantly bringing up my past or my stories. But prime example, I was at a friend's house. You said do it. Yes. I was at a friend's house. We were going to the fair. I'm there. My mom was like, "Hey, have y'all left yet?" And me thinking that my mom was going to say, "You got to come home if you haven't left yet." Guess what I did, y'all?
You said yes.
I was like, yeah, we're going, Mom. We're not even at their house anymore. And she was like, oh, really? And I was like, yeah, we've been left maybe like 15 minutes ago. And she's like, so you're at the fair? And I was like, almost there. She was like, oh, okay then. Well, I was outside their house and I was about to give you some more money.
Yep, I did a white lie like that too. And I got fucked up.
She was like, so come on outside.
Yeah.
And when I got outside, my mom talked to me so calm. She was like, well, I'm letting you know this is probably your last time being out.
Yep.
But here's the few dollars I was going to give you. I don't know why you lie. And it's me thinking in my head, like, my mom was going to tell me not to go with them. So I did lie in that moment. I did say, no, Mom, we gone.
Yeah.
But in reality, I could have told her the truth. But once again, that's the respect that I had for my mom. Of thinking, the way I know my mom, she about to tell me to come home.
Yep.
And I don't want to go home.
I was supposed to be in fucking Atlanta.
Like, what?
I told my dad I was going to Atlanta, but our car broke down on the way to Atlanta, so we went back to Charlotte. We had caught a fucking Uber back to Charlotte, and when my dad called me, he was like, where you at? I said, we're in Atlanta, we're having fun, because I didn't want him to know we were back in Charlotte, because I didn't want him to come get me.
Correct.
So I lied and said you were in Atlanta, but my brother called me, and he could tell I was in Charlotte, and he was like, Why would you lie to me? Oh. And he was like, no, you can stay
And you
with your
feel
friends.
so
I said, oh my
bad.
fucking word.
Yeah.
So
Hey,
them
this
white
the same
lies will
one
get
that
them.
said they raised her blase, but yet she still was lying. You see what I'm saying?
No,
you see the point
there's
what I'm saying? You said they raised her a certain way.
They
but
did.
yet you still
My
lied.
point for this conversation, and let me make
Kids
sure
gonna
you
still
hear
be
it. No,
kids.
please.
Hold on.
Let me make
But
sure
that's
you hear
my
my point.
Kids
No,
gonna
my
still
point
be
is
kids.
kids is gonna
my
be
point
kids.
is,
You didn't
and
have to
what
lie,
Louie's
but you
point
did it
is, are two
anyway.
different points. My point is, behaviorally, a teacher should not have to reprimand you. Nobody have to reprimand me for my shit. I don't know why you keep diluting the point. My point is, teachers should not have to reprimand your kid for their behaviors. Me being in Atlanta and lying to my dad about it is not somebody reprimanding.
That's like saying a coach ain't got that doesn't go.
Nah,
that doesn't.
he's saying is like the,
What he's
the
saying is
respect level
something
should be,
separate from
should be
me,
the
and I'm
same
not
level
negating
in school
that.
and out of school. You know
Even
what I'm
if you had even if you had the parents that raised us the way we did,
Right.
you're still going to be a child.
Yeah.
Which
That's
means
what I'm saying.
what I'm
like,
saying though, but still that doesn't mean I'm going to go out and just shoot somebody
Yeah,
in the
I'm not saying
head
that.
and not
No,
think
I'm
I'm
not.
going to
Come on
jail.
now, let's not do what I'm saying.
What I'm
Right, that's
saying
the point we were
is
making.
you're
Right.
still looking at it from a perspective
know
of
that the
I
niggas is
fear
the bad
or I'm
apples.
sorry,
Come on now.
respect my parents.
But
Like,
even the
Period.
bad apples still need some guidance, bro. Like that's the
Of
only reason they're bad
course.
apples. So
Of
it's like
course.
I don't think
it's
it's
like
the niggas. I'm not gonna say that because Edward, believe it or not, Eddie, who be on the pod, never got suspended. Never went to I.
I never
None of
got
that.
suspended either.
None of that.
I've never been in a fight. I've never been suspended.
I seen the the post the
Shout
other
out to
day,
Duval
and they
County,
was like
man.
they used to treat them ISS kids like prisoners, and now the flashback,
They
they
actually-
really used to walk us in line, and then everybody else would be walking around the school freely, and we used to be walking in line like prisoners, dog, and then we'll go to lunch just like, and I thought about that shit, and it
Definitely
made me
some chain
so
gang
mad,
shit.
They
Yeah.
were
dog.
smiling every time I saw
saying?
them.
It was some
So.
chain gang shit, bro.
And shit
First
wasn't
coast.
good because we literally
Oh,
went
I
into a
understand.
jail. Like we literally for ISS, we literally went into a trailer that had no windows, little computer like office. Like if you was in the office in
Same,
the call
bro.
center, and the shit was like you couldn't turn around, you couldn't talk to nobody. Like ISS was really like fucking jail.
Bruh, like,
and you think about that shit like as a kid, bro. They put us in jail, dog. Like in school.
They
For
did-
getting in trouble for talking too loud in class. I had to go to jail.
They were just a little more
Slow down,
hyper,
but
so the
facts.
teachers to me just had to play it safe. Okay, they
Listen.
probably didn't know what you guys would do and how far you would go, so they had to play
ain't no
it safe.
damn way. We was
I'm
fucking.
just
We
saying.
wasn't. No, we.
I'm
nah,
just saying.
Nah,
But
that-
yeah.
get out of here.
I'm just saying
Hey,
teaching us to be obedient, bro. That's what that shit was.
that
bro.
part.
Hey, what's your favorite kids movie?
Oh well, rest in peace to Ice Princess. I'm gonna just say that because she
Ice
died
Princess?
today.
Who died today?
Ice
Harry the
Princess,
Spy?
the main character.
Harry the
Show
Spy?
me.
She did die.
Harry the Spy.
Harry
died
the
today.
Spy.
Harry the Spy.
Harry
yeah.
the Spy.
Wait a
She also
second.
was on Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
She died.
She
She
died.
passed away. She was
From
she,
what?
She had a condition. I
Shorty
don't know
look
exactly
familiar.
what it is, but she
This
had a
is
condition.
So I'm
Harry
gonna say Ice
Spy?
Princess
Yeah,
is
Harry
my
the Spy.
favorite.
Oh my
movie
God,
today.
That's what she look like now. Okay,
Yeah,
that's,
she
that's why
really
she
Yeah,
grew
she
up.
got sick, and they so basically everybody was in the internet going off because
Yeah.
they was like doing the same thing to her that they did to Chadwick. And they was in her comments talking about how she was
saying
looking,
how she was looking and shit.
And you know, and people say it all the time, like, bro, y'all be talking about these people and y'all know what be going on.
Well, what's going on
And
with Ariana Grande? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Same thing.
Nah,
Ariana Grande is sick too.
Yeah.
Oh,
not
shit.
Yeah, have you not seen her?
Yeah.
Okay, I was about to say she's that's her their perception. I'm about to say she is. She says she's the healthiest she's ever been. She's not on any
okay.
substances or alcohol.
Shorty weighs
She
like
eat.
91 pounds.
That's people's. She said she's healthy. Now I was about
Okay,
to say
she
where
said
she
she's
said
healthy, then I get it.
Oh
But-
yeah, okay.
Oh, okay,
I'm not trying to
yeah.
talk down on her.
Yeah, I thought
she was
I
sick.
just
I'm about to say, what's going on with my
Hey,
girl?
my bad.
And
Hey,
she's
get well
bulimic.
soon,
I watch
man.
Wicked
That's
every
what I mean.
day.
Like she
I
has a
bought
condition.
it.
She's bulimic,
Yeah.
right?
No.
I don't know. I thought she,
Oh, I don't know either, but-
No,
I thought she was sick, though, but I don't know
if she
Bulimic
was
is
sick.
people. No, we don't have any evidence of her forcing herself to throw up. We are not finna put that on that
Oh,
woman.
yeah, I don't
I
know.
wouldn't even
that.
say that. I
Yeah.
just thought she was.
That's what bulimia is,
Dealing with it.
and that's why I said she's not bulimic. We're not gonna say that. We're not
I
gonna
want
say
to
that.
chat GPT her
She
business.
got a man. We just gonna say, and she got a box office hit with Wicked. We're not gonna put bulimia on my sis.
Hold on.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I know she looks different from what people perceive to be healthy, but if that's what she said.
My baby name is Ariana Grande.
Ariana, yeah. She came out on live, and it used to be on her
Sick.
Instagram where she said, I really
Question
wish
mark.
y'all would stop. You know,
Oh, she
I'm as
said
healthy as I've
anxiety.
ever been.
I just feel like she was already a little petite,
was small,
a petite
yeah.
person.
She's
so
smaller
now
now.
that you know,
that
you
she's not
start
on
seeing like
substances,
bones
she's not on
and
anything.
stuff.
And if, I don't know if you've ever like smoked weed or anything,
Right.
or any substance, but when you retreat
Oh, okay.
from it, you shrink.
You're right. Oh,
So-
well, no, everybody's different.
Okay, well, with me, when I actually go through a longevity or like stopping and actually go months on end, your appetite's not the same. So
You're
for me,
right.
I'm not eating
Oh, you
as
know
much.
what? Dang.
So I
was
lose
today
a
years
lot of
old, bro.
weight.
I forgot who Ariana Grande was. I was thinking
did?
of the other shorty with the like face. What's her name? She got like Selena Gomez. That's what I was thinking.
Selena
Oh, leave her
Gomez.
alone.
Yeah, I
she
love
got a
her.
bad lip, bad
Yeah,
kidney.
she's sick, right? Yeah. So
And thank you to what's her name, my girl, whatever her name is, who gave her okay, I'm sorry,
Ariana Grande. That's
but she gave her a
Big
kidney.
Sean,
That was
piece,
nice.
Right? Yeah.
Big Sean.
Okay, old piece.
Yeah.
You just gave your age with that.
Yeah,
Well,
you
my
know,
favorite, to go to your question, my favorite cartoon, you said Disney movie? I love Mulan. I just love it.
Not Disney, just kids movie as
Okay,
well.
Mulan, yes.
Mulan?
I love Mulan.
Why Mulan?
It's just...
Did you watch the live action one?
No, I don't want to
didn't
watch
see
that.
it.
I want the cartoon version always.
Why did you like it? Because of Mushu or just the storyline?
I think the storyline
Mushu
and then
was
the
a cool
songs
character.
was just
songs
like...
was fire, bro.
The
I ain't gonna
songs were
lie. Hey, the songs
fire.
was
Like,
fire.
the songs were everything. Like,
Hey, the
I
songs
just...
was fire, bro.
Yeah, the whole
The live action was
ancestors.
actually fire.
Like, I just... Yeah.
Because I didn't remember the like Disney version.
I love
the live
Mulan.
action was fire.
No, I don't...
I ain't never seen
Live action was fire.
live action. I didn't know they did a live action.
Me
It's on
either.
Disney Plus.
Yeah.
And then there's a Mulan too, but it's not the same as the first one.
Nah,
It's always like
the music
Moana.
is good.
I'm so
Like-
mad with Moana
Oh,
too.
girl, please do not bring that. Move
Oh,
along.
I'm
move
so
along.
wasn't
mad.
No.
It was
Make
good,
way,
but
make
it's not as the
way.
first one. Like the first one gave us hope
On
and
repeat.
everything that we needed. But
man.
that second one, I was just like, why am I
Came
watching
and went.
this?
Okay.
Yeah.
And Wicked, if that sequel, I don't think it'll fail me. It's too much to unpack there. It's gonna be fine.
I watched Wicked. I was trying to understand it.
Oh,
Honestly.
we'll talk.
Yeah.
Girl, I cry every time I watch it.
Really?
And I'm at the point now where I'm watching people on YouTube watch the
Because
movie.
my mind, I think my mind is stuck on how wicked the
talking about?
witch
What is
really
streaming this
is, and then seeing her in this state, I'm like, I'm lost.
Well, that was the whole point. That was the
To
point
show
of this
us who
movie.
she was before.
No, the adaptation of Wicked is to show you the perception. It's to show you that if people can make you believe something, even if you have no evidence of it, you'll go with it.
Gotcha.
And that's why Wicked was to show the actual backstory of Elphaba. It was to show you what actually happened to make her who she was, Wicked. And I cry every time. Oh my God, please get me off of it. I was watching it today. Please move around.
So it's a YN
I watched it
story.
one time.
Please move around.
Okay.
It very much is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
it's a
okay.
movie
Alright,
about classism,
okay.
racism.
I fuck with it. I'm gonna
It's
check it
so
out
much
now.
imagery there. Please
Okay.
watch
Alright.
it together. We'll watch it. Don't worry, I bought it. Just
Alright.
it's already on my Amazon.
Let's do it. Let's do
today.
it.
She's like, yeah.
I watch it every like it is so good. I was listening to the soundtrack for fun and I was singing my ass off. I don't give a fuck. I love that movie so much.
I was trying to find
like
the
I
song
said,
that Kiki
she
Palmer was
died.
constantly singing from it. I couldn't
Yeah.
find
Kiki
it.
Oh, that's what that was.
What
the
song
song
is
is
that?
Yeah, what is that
She
note?
said, I thought I wasn't gonna get it because of you, girl. Because
But the note
what note
she
is that?
made, I can't find it in the
that was
movie.
not the note,
Oh,
babe.
okay,
It was
okay.
like
That came
half
from
of a
Whitney
quarter of the
Houston.
note.
What did?
Kiki
No,
Palmer was
the,
reenacting Whitney
came-
Houston.
no, no,
She
no,
did
no.
something with
That was to
So-
Cynthia Erivo
No,
because
I'm
Cynthia
saying the
Erivo
shout
made
out
that
was-
note.
the
saying
shout out
when
wasn't
she
Whitney
shouted out
Houston.
Cynthia Erivo.
But her hitting
she
that
was,
note
she
was-
did that from Whitney Houston.
No,
Whitney
no, no,
Houston-
no.
Whitney, I
No,
mean,
no, no.
Whitney Houston was
No.
in the stands
I know what you're talking about.
when
put it in the
when
chat.
Shorty
I got
was on
you.
the
Kiki
stage.
Palmer did this?
No, the
Oh.
lady, I forgot, the singer was on the stage. She got the award, and Whitney Houston was sitting in the fucking crowd. Kiki Palmer basically reenacted
What Whitney did.
No,
Oh.
not what Whitney did. The lady on the stage, the singer that was on the stage that actually won over Whitney. I can't remember who it was.
So she wasn't singing a song from Wicked.
It was a song from Wicked.
No, I don't know. I'm saying that I was talking about the actual
So
moment.
it's two things.
He's talking about the mannerisms,
Okay,
right?
okay.
Because
So
a lot
she
of
did-
people
she
are
hit the
feeling
note,
like
too.
No, the note was from the Wicked movie. That's what
Yeah.
she was asking. Were you talking
She
about?
did it in the
what
Wicked.
Kiki did in
in
the
She was
Wicked
pointing
tone.
at Cynthia. Yeah. So
Yeah.
basically,
she
the mannerism you're saying Kiki did is
Like-
you're saying it was Whitney coded,
I'ma-
which
I'ma
is
show you,
fine
hold on.
because a lot of people are saying everything Kiki do lately is
Hold on, I
Whitney
got you,
coded,
hold on.
which
No,
I
it
do
wasn't
see
Whitney
it.
that did it. I was talking
Yeah,
about
yeah.
the lady that
the
was
lady
on the
she
stage
pointed to Whitney
at
Houston, and Whitney made the face, and she was like,
What I'm
Yeah,
saying in this clip,
I'm gonna
This
find
one?
it. Yeah.
that note, that riff was from Wicked. Everything else.
And you're gonna have to edit this video into the stream so they can see what we're talking about. Yeah, that.
Yeah, that was Cynthia, and now
Well,
I'm gonna
I'm
play.
actually talking about it was a pot, not a pod, but it was her, SZA, and somebody else.
Yeah, and Issa
Oh,
Rae.
Issa Rae.
And she hit a note then.
Oh, now I don't know about one of them days
Okay.
and all of their.
But whatever
tours.
note she did, they were talking about Wicked, and she hit a note from Wicked, and I was like, when I watched the
Oh,
movie,
that must have been that.
Yeah, when I watched
that
the
was-
movie,
yeah,
I
she did the
couldn't.
same thing,
Okay,
yeah.
she did the same
Yeah,
thing.
she
She
did the
keeps
same
flipping
thing.
the note.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
she
can't
does.
find
The
it.
note is it's uncanny.
She not
it's
gonna hit the note.
nothing
She just
like
not gonna do it.
Cynthia. No,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Yeah.
No, ma'am. Cynthia is almost an EGOT. So yeah, they was 2 light years away from what.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it was a parody.
Gotcha. Okay.
What was a parody?
No, her doing the little note was her like making fun of it. She was like, ha.
I don't know if it's making fun. I
But
think,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
It
Yeah.
just-
It wasn't a full attempt, right?
Like, ha ha. I'm funny.
Gotcha.
She said, I didn't think I was gonna win because of.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Little funnies.
If you want to go with that one question, because I thought that was cute. I did like that question.
Which one?
Who will be the superstar, or is the idea of superstar, or who will be the new superstar, or is the idea of superstardom dying? I did like that question. Who do you feel like is on the rise to like that new?
I don't
face?
think nobody is.
Or do you feel like stardom is dying?
That's why I put it in there. So yeah, I was like thinking, and I was like talking to my homie, and I was like, you got Beyonce, you got Dot, you got Drake, you got Hove, you got all these stars where they're getting up in age. Not to say that they dying out, because Kendrick arguably is best of his career, but like I'm thinking like, you know, who's next? Because these people are on their way, not out, but they're on their way to that next level where you're not gonna see them as much. You know what I'm saying? So like when I look at the landscaping, and that's for male artists, women artists, I'm trying to see who's gonna be here 20 years from now as that name, that like a Rihanna name, like a Cardi name, but not Cardi, because Cardi ain't dropped the album, so I don't even give her that status no more. But Rihanna, Beyonce, a SZA, Doja, who's finna follow up behind these names to be this next generation? Cause I don't know, I don't see it right now. Like Doechii, of course. But she's on the TDE. That's a different beast. They know how to groom their stars. Right. But even her, I don't know if she's gonna reach superstar status because people don't They can't wait to tear you down once they break you up.
You've been seeing it, right? They
you know what I'm saying? Like they can't wait to tear Doechii down, and she ain't even reached it yet.
She got 1 Grammy. They already coming for her.
They was doing it before, bro. I remember when I was trying to tell people about the alligator bites never heals last year sometime, and niggas on my Twitter talking about something. I don't know why they forcing this industry plan on us. And I'm like, bro, Doechii been dropping music for years. Like, what are y'all talking about?
Forever.
So yeah, bro, I'm trying to figure out. I can't think of nobody. Like I don't like The Weeknd. All these folks that are superstars are leaving. So who are the new superstars? Especially, I know for our community. Like who do y'all see?
For hip hop.
Oh, you know it's a good topic when Will speak.
For hip hop specifically, there's a cultural shift happening right now. We just have to wait to see.
Yeah, I was just about to say that
because I don't see nobody.
So there's people that are fans of pop artists that do rap music, and then there's fans.
He talking about Drake, y'all. He talking about Aubrey.
So
thanks.
Pop rap.
You can't. We just gotta wait to see how that shake out.
That's what you think?
That's what I feel like because one of y'all just said somebody called one of them white girls the best hip hop rapper.
DDG.
No, DDG. He was trolling. He said Bad Baby top 5.
Here's the thing, but this is my issue with troll. Like once the troll says it, it just put a battery in the back of a bunch of other people.
Absolutely.
Facts, bro.
Look
who the president.
Or they
is,
use it as a way to discredit black women. They love doing that.
So if people saying Doechii is trash, she's a dark skinned woman who is crazy talented.
Correct.
And they're not even giving what they call a Harriet Tubman music, right?
Right.
But then this white girl, I don't even know her name.
Danielle Bergolis.
Bro, they called it Harriet Tubman music, bro. I ain't see that.
Yeah.
That's
Me
crazy.
either.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Dang.
So
They call Kendrick Free the Slave music, and they call Doechii Harriet Tubman music.
These are people who are
which is crazy because if you listen to her music,
they're the heart of hip hop. They
be shaking ass to
are
Doechii. That's
the
crazy.
pop artists are imitating.
Yeah.
Right.
But you know, so that's why I'm like, we got to wait to see. And I think overall, it's gonna be harder to have like pop stars as we knew it because there's just too many.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's dead.
It's too siloed.
Yeah.
Because you can, it's somebody out here right now I have never heard of, never seen in my life.
Right.
And they got a bajillion followers, a bajillion songs. It's too.
But you remember, superstars is not the same as stars. So like that's why I named specific people. Like superstars are not on the same scale as stars. Like Lotto is a star. She's not a superstar. You know what I'm saying? Like so like.
But see, so everything used to be concentrated from one place. So we all got to experience it.
Yeah.
There's people who like it's songs. There'll be a song I hear today, and I look. It's 5 years old.
Never heard it before.
I never heard
today.
it before.
Right.
And it's dope. And I'm like, nobody told me about this. And so what I mean, it's like there's so many different
But I was
ways.
just about to say, like, we have to understand there are people who are becoming savvy to the industry. There are so many people who've been ripped off. If you don't understand that people are going more indie than they are on these commercial labels. So it's our job as listeners. If we like indie music, if we like pop, if we like R&B, if we like soca, whatever it is, we got to get into that bag. Thinking that the radio is going to feed us what we're supposed to be listening to is ass. I don't even know why people are still on that. We are marketing to that. And now what I'm saying is to the point of when you hear songs late in the game, because there's been a few tracks that I've heard and I'm like, okay, this was 2021 release. Why does it feel like a jam that's still saturated for 2024? What's going on? But what I'm saying is it was my job. Now that I know this artist, Trevor Jackson, now that I know these little underscore artists who really, they're going to be independent. Why? Because they know how to do the producing. They know how to mix. They know how, they're the talent. They don't need to go to a label. So they expect us to find them. And I feel like us, the audience who feel like we need this real supple, genuine music, it's our job. Now, the people who are basers and they're going to troll, they listen to DDG, they listen to Drake, they're going to wait for the they're going to wait for the radio and the Billboard and the charts to tell them what's hot and what they should listen to. That's the rat race. That's what I like to call it.
Okay, that's separate from what I'm describing.
I was just talking to his point.
It's a superstar is not. It's not just based off of them having a cool song or like a song on the radio. A superstar is like Beyonce. Like everything she touches, everybody wants to be a part of. That's what I'm referring to. Like, are there going to be any of those left?
Yeah.
Like not somebody that got a song.
It's dead. I think it's dead though. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I think there will be, but it's going to be way different from what we're used to. Because again, like she was just saying, we have to, like, the powers that be, they don't know what they're doing.
Well, independent, you're not gonna get a superstar from independence. That's not gonna happen because that's just not how superstar works. Right. They need the machine to make them the superstar.
Right, and so
unfortunately,
and that's what I'm saying. Like the old guard,
it's done.
The traditional way of doing things
because labels are falling apart.
Yeah, it don't have the same power that it had. So it's hard to concentrate people the way that you could 10 years ago.
And I would like to think that wasn't true as far, and I'm not shitting on what you were saying as far as if you're indie, you're not going to make it because...
No, not going. I'm talking about superstar.
A superstar to that level, but let's think about it. The $1 Million Baby nigga, that white man...
Not a superstar.
He's not a superstar. However, TikTok got that shit really getting motion. Now that nigga had that contract. So what I'm saying is, it wasn't necessarily to say that indie artists won't make it or whatever. What I'm saying is, as an audience, when we make some shit, when we say this shit is fire, and it's, mind you, it's probably like a 5-second TikTok, but that shit fire, they get a deal now. How the fuck does what's her name? The girl, really quick, Pinky Doll, who does the I think that's her name. Pinky Doll, she does the give me 5,
and you see how fast that lasted. So
she's on Love and Hip Hop now. That woman, that same Pinky Doll, is on Love and Hip Hop today.
Is that Mimi? Are we talking about somebody else?
No, Lovely Doll. She's just a regular TikToker.
Really?
She was doing TikTok. She was doing mukbangs. And she would do MCP. But she went from TikTok just eating egregious amounts of food and then going to TikTok. I mean, not TikTok, Twitch, or doing her own stream where she was like, give me more. This woman is on Love and Hip Hop now.
Now again,
mind you, Love and Hip Hop.
These are scales.
The conversation is what I'm saying is because he was saying that, or not he was saying, but the point was that independent artists won't get to the stardom of the Beyoncés of the world. Beyonce is still attacked even though she's Beyonce. She couldn't even get a country music award. So what I'm saying is there's still a limit even if you are this power, and if you're not this power, if the people are behind you, regardless if the labels are, you are a force. They're gonna make them give you a contract. Why? Because damn, what is this track that all the kids are listening to? It was even in my house. What the fuck?
That's just
you think that Not Like Us with the lyrics that people really wanted to commercialize Not Like Us? You think they really wanted to? If we didn't give a fuck about Not Like Us, they would have. You think they really wanted Not Like Us to be played everywhere like that? They had no choice but to accept it. Mm-hmm. We was fucking with it so hard. So, like I said about the whole DJ Khaled thing, and I say this about anything: do not let the power of the people go past you. That I'm telling you, c'est la vie, the revolution. The people, long live the people. Goddamn, that's all I'm saying is.
I think my last point on this subject is on top of the stuff changing at the top,
right?
The powers that be. There's also, at least from what I'm seeing, there's also a cultural shift for artists. There's artists now that have no interest in aspiring to Beyonce's level. Yeah. They don't want to like Beyonce. We hear the stories of how she used to. She'll leave the rest of Destiny's Child to do what they do while she's somewhere singing, practicing, trying to figure it out. Mm-hmm. And I think there's a generation that views artistry and success a little bit different. And
that's facts. That's facts.
Right.
And so a lot of them, they're not aspiring to be a superstar in the traditional ways that we like. The way like Beyonce modeled a lot of stuff she did off of Michael Jackson. She said all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Her work ethic included.
She heard how like he was basically obsessed.
Yeah.
She used to do that. And I do see some.
So maybe there is a kid that's out there watching Beyonce right now. And she's gonna be
because you know what I saw. So I used to,
Jay-Z mentioned that where there's a kid right now eating cereal, watching me.
My TikTok give me a healthy feed of upcoming singers. Yeah. And the one thing I see that they do that Beyonce helped popularize. Maybe she didn't start it, but she made it popular. These girls is on these treadmills singing.
Yeah.
Hanging upside down singing to make sure when they performing live, they still sound.
Are you talking about Victoria Monet right now?
I was gonna speak on just the last thing. Tommy Richmond. People that's not in the music industry don't. It sounds like
he had a deal before.
It sounds like and it's great marketing, right?
Yeah,
they sell it to y'all like they blew up on TikTok and this, that, and third. Mm-hmm. Like Tommy Richmond been signed to Brent Faiyaz for years, and what they do is they spend the money on the promo. They make the song get hot, and then somebody that don't have a clue about it, you now think that a song was placed in front of you because it was hot, but it was actually paid promo by the label. Mm-hmm. So it's like that was manufactured, and that's why he hasn't had a song that's been that big since that song, because you only get a couple of shots at that. You don't get.
They only gonna spend that one first single.
Yeah. They don't let you do that too many times. You know what I'm saying? It worked for him, but then he said, I don't identify with black music, and I don't give a fuck about you no more, my dog. You literally made your whole image off of black music. You just dropped another single sampling black music, but you don't want to be classified as hip hop.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Fuck you, nigga. We don't need you, and fuck the TikTok artists that blow up off of TikTok and don't care about the actual art. Like that shit. People gonna make money off of whatever. Businessmen, labels are businesses. They don't give a fuck about the art. So they're gonna pay and spend whatever money they need to get for. If you got a hot song, I'm gonna spend whatever I need to spend for you to get that shit booming right now.
Correct.
However, after I spend this money, if I don't make that money back, I'm not spending that shit again.
Right.
Until I get my money back. And 9 times out of 10, the artist ain't get that money back. Everybody can't be Jack Harlow.
Shout out to all the independent artists who can't pay them advances and just like
that shit real though. Like a lot don't get
shout out to Glorilla. I am so sorry that QC ain't know what to do with you, but in my opinion, you really can't rap though. You really can't.
Glorilla? You mean Gloss Up?
Oh, sorry, Gloss Up.
I was about to say Gorilla.
Sorry, not Glorilla.
I'm gonna stick up for Gloss Up. I'm gonna stick up for Gloss Up.
Sorry, I meant Gloss Up. Sorry. I said QC. She signed to fucking Gotti. I'm talking about Gloss Up.
Yeah, I was lost there. I was like,
that's how much she's insignificant. Calling her Glorilla because they came up at the same time where they were supposed to. The other one got handicapped.
They was literally in the same group.
Got snapped at the ankles. Well, one got signed to Gotti, so I don't think this. One got signed to QC, the other one's Gotti. So that's what I'm saying. They came up at the same time, but they signed to two different labels.
Yeah, they couldn't sign the same label as Confidential.
I'm not negating that. What I'm saying is they came in the game at the same time, and Gloss Up is trash.
It's not a comparison though. Like
I'm not saying that at all.
That's really like Glorilla basically like helping her, because all of them in that group, none of them could really rap outside of Glow for real. Like none of them.
That was my point.
What was her name? K Carmen. I just like their voices. And Shibuya was just a hard song.
They had that Shibuya.
Yeah, that was just a hard song.
Shibuya.
Actually, Slime-A-Roni be sliding.
Yeah,
I need to go back.
So Glorilla started with Hit Kid. Hit Kid is a producer, and he was producing all the songs for Glorilla. Their whole little group. He was producing all their Johns. Glorilla signed to Gotti. There was a whole deal about how Gotti and them removed him off of the credits, and they dropped Fuck Nigga Free without him, and all types of shit happened. But basically, like Glow signed to Glorilla. I mean, Glow signed to Gotti, and Gloss Up. She signed to QC when QC after
they thought they was getting another Glow,
and that's what the label did. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not gonna blame Gloss Up because Gloss Up went to a label that had Yachty, Migos, Lil Baby, and City Girls already booming. And the way the way the labels work is you don't know when you're a new artist that the people that's the big dogs on the label get all the budget. So by the time it gets to you,
if that girl could rap, she would have a budget. Because now that she's independent,
but they put her in the studio with people. They put her in the studio with people, and they didn't even like those songs. She did a whole interview on it.
She the same way. She can't rap either. You could put her with Baby.
But that's what I'm saying. Like now that Gloss Up is doing. Now that Gloss Up is doing her own thing.
She no longer has JT.
Sliding.
She no longer has Glorilla. You can't hide behind other people. Like, once you separate, we finna see how you work. And if you can't, you cut. Carisha just gonna keep stifling. Like,
I don't think neither one of them can rap.
that's what I'm saying. That was not. We can move on there because that's
I
all
think
I was
Carisha
saying.
did a great job going into media.
That podcast was the best. Well, Diddy put her on to that, but that was the best thing he could ever.
I mean, she still got it though, so I don't want to rob her. You know what I'm saying? She still got it with Diddy and Diddy gone. So I'm saying is she would have. All I'm saying is she would have never found that angle. He owns a quarter of Revolt. He said, "Hey, I'm about to get you your own podcast." That's what I'm saying. Her keeping it on as a black woman with kids, I expect you to keep your job. Hey man, if my girl, and listen, if you my girl and I got a whole TV network and you want some shit and I.
And you don't put me on.
If you don't,
it
should be some shit. And it ain't like it wasn't a smart business idea for him. Like it was a great. Are
we in this together or not?
Yeah. She just needs to do more. Like she just got to do more. She needs to produce. Like she be doing like 10 episodes and call it a season. Like
that's what I'm saying.
She got it. Yeah. But I mean, you know, she
did win Podcast of the Year twice. And the Breakfast Club, the Champagne niggas, they was all stressed out. But like I said, she had actual people that I wanted to watch. I'm not gonna lie. She asked questions that were very salacious. Like she was asking the Twitter questions, like, "So did you really sleep with that nigga, eat his ass or not?" She was one of those interviewers, and I appreciated it.
She still is.
Oh no, I don't watch her anymore. Ever since she couldn't be honest about.
Like she still is.
Oh, well.
She still doesn't.
When I say I stopped tuning in when she came back with season 2, being the first episode of her interview, where she had Santana interview her, and she decided to weave around the questions. You make everybody else stand in the paint with your questions. I don't know why you allowed him. I don't know if the questions were already reviewed by her, which I can... I was about to say,
legally, I don't think she can answer those questions.
It's not about legally. Her question was...
And I guarantee you some of her guests told her, like,
he asked her, why do you think that people are pulling you into the P. Diddy thing? And she said, I don't know. Maybe because... You don't know. Why wouldn't he think to resurface some of your tweets, babe, that are still live and active, where you told one of the exes that he was dealing with that if he wanted to, if Diddy wanted to, he would have you on your knees eating me out, bitch. That's why we included you into the whole Diddy thing. It has nothing to do with you dating him. You decided to self-incriminate yourself by letting us know that Diddy is the type to control you to the point where he could have me on my knees because that's the kind of things he did to me in the past. But the fact that you're using
we just said we wasn't going to do assumptions and he's going to throw the assumptions on her. You just said you wasn't going to do assumptions for somebody else. But
so you mean her tweet of her saying if Diddy wanted you on your knees? That could just be some
player shit. Like that, literally, I could tell my girl to go get that girl. Like that could be some player shit. That ain't just saying like, just because it's in the news that he did this and that third, does not...
If you don't know, because mind you, the Cassie video, none of that came out yet.
Okay.
So you think everything is still clean, everything is still innocent.
And y'all been doing freaky shit all the time.
Nobody was paying attention to your tweets or nothing. So when you tweeted that, nobody even batted an eyelid, but they did think that was weird. You decided to tweet to a girl who was writing out on P. Diddy, because that's the reason why Carisha responded to the girl. Mm-hmm. The girl did an interview with Tasha K, going over her experiences with P. Diddy, and Carisha decided to say, girl, shut the fuck up. If he wanted to, I could have you on your knees, eat me out, bitch. That's what Carisha responded. Now, mind you, that kind of went under the cover because, again, the allegations, the lawsuit didn't come out yet. But when they did, that tweet resurfaced, which is still active on her Twitter today. So that resurfaced, and that is why people dislike Carisha or started including her and saying, girl, you like getting pissed on. Girl, you like this, you like that.
Y'all be doing and it so crazy to me. Cardi used to drug niggas in the club, and y'all don't... It's like y'all care about shit when y'all care about shit. Like,
who knows that?
Everybody knows that. And she did a whole interview about it. Everybody knows. Like, y'all only care about shit.
What does that have to do with
because y'all bring up a tweet like that shit really, like, that, there was nothing actually with that tweet.
If you still listen to Carisha, let that be. I said the reason why I said
I never listened to Carisha.
I said the word was, and you said, why are you using was? And I said, because I don't watch her anymore, and I gave the reason why I don't watch her anymore. If you still watch her, whatever the fuck you do, that has nothing to do with anything.
I'm just saying speak facts. Like, you just said was, and I was just saying... I just said that she still has it. That's all I can
I can use past tense because I no longer watch her, which is why I said was. What she is and what she was is different. You should say I used to watch her,
not was.
No, I said was, and you said no, she still is. And I said, oh, I wouldn't know because I don't watch her.
Facts.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it is a fact. Exactly.
I don't know what the debate is.
I'm saying y'all both facts.
I don't know what the debate is.
It's not a debate. It was my opinion, and for some reason you want to rebut to it when you could just say what your opinion is. You still fuck with her. You feel like it was.
All I did was correct you saying was, and I said it is. There is. She still has it. You say was. Was is past tense.
I only met you this year, and I never met you any year after this year.
Was is past tense. That's in the dictionary. Was is past tense. That's not a debate. Was is past tense. It's in the dictionary. If you say was, was, that means it doesn't exist anymore.
Right, in my own experience,
you can say were or was.
Y'all good. Thank you. What? That's proper English.
You can say were or was.
Either way, you're talking about something that happened already and no longer is going on.
So I was in the car.
And you're not in the car no more. So she did have the show. Like, no, that's what all I'm saying is that she still has the show. That's it.
Well, my point wasn't that she had a show. My point was that she had interviewers on and she would be real with them and make them ask juicy questions. However, when she got her chance to be asked certain questions, she didn't answer. And then you said was as if she's not still doing that. My point was, well, I don't know if she still is because I'm not watching.
What legal questions? Did you see her go in there and talk about his case?
I'm not about to go. When the podcast gets played, then you can hear what I said. I'm not doing this with you. If you didn't hear all of my semantic or context, that's that. But I said was because I'm no longer watching. So I don't know what she's still doing or not doing because I don't watch. So it's a was. Gio, after this year, I just know.
Because you can't sit here and say,
what's confusing
I don't
about
watch,
semantics?
but then you say,
y'all semantic each other.
No. You can't sit here and say, I don't watch, but then say she doesn't answer. She asks all these people these questions about their personal. You can't say I don't watch the episodes and then talk about the question that she asked somebody because you just said you don't watch it.
So if you stop speaking, I can speak. I said I watched season 1. When it got to season 2, and she was the first person to be interviewed, and she didn't allow the same juicy questions that she would ask interviewees. That's when I said, "Oh, bitch, you can't even be real because you would ask every." Who asked you? Wait, you would get into the nitty gritty with other people's lives. However, when it came to the Diddy situation, you bobbed and weaved. I don't know why people are including me.
G Herbo was in season 1. G Herbo was in season 1. So if you watch the whole season 1,
what is happening?
G Herbo was never asked any questions about his case.
What is happening?
Nobody asked no questions about no cases on that show. Nobody asks anything about legal stuff on the actual interview. In those shows, nobody.
At the end of the day, my opinion to why I stopped watching the show is exactly what it was. I don't give a fuck about any of this segue right here. I said I no longer watch it, so what it was then and what it is now, I have no clue. That's the only point of that little segment. What's happening now is so pointless. If you fuck with her, say that, and let's move the fuck on. I said I no longer watch her because I felt like she wasn't real.
It doesn't matter if it's about Carisha or whatever it is. I just want to say the correct information.
For your opinion, me saying
not for my
opinion.
It's people watching that's going to sit here and say, this is actually not true. That's actually not right. That's what this is about. Like, you can't just say shit just because you want to say it that's not true.
So is her saying that it was something the problem, or is it the...
So
the point got lost in
semantics. This is the semantics.
Yeah,
so
go ahead, Trel.
He's saying that the show is still going, and she's saying was like the show ended. But that's what I'm saying. It's semantics.
That's all
but
I was
she's saying was for her.
That came after I said that though.
But no, I'm saying that's how she meant it.
That came after I said that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
All right.
Well,
listen. Who put the new Nip album this summer? What's going on with that?
Oh yeah, you saw that? Him and Nino?
Yeah.
Sadly, and I don't mean no disrespect.
I don't even know they said Nip by itself.
Oh, I saw Nino was him and Nino.
I seen Bino.
When we say
him
Nip,
and Bino.
is that Nip Hustle or
yes,
not?
Nipsey Hustle, yeah. So
okay.
2 things in reference to Nipsey.
A new rapper named Nip.
Right,
so,
I'm like, okay.
So, rest in peace to Nipsey. Shout out always to Nipsey. The marathon, they just opened the marathon restaurant, Marathon Burgers.
Yeah.
He's following up behind Bun B over there. Well, not him, but Black Sam, who runs I'm assuming Black Sam is his brother. He runs the Nipsey Hussle estate. Mm-hmm. But he keeps everything running. So there's a documentary coming out with I think 8 episodes. There's a new album coming out for Nipsey, and they're doing the restaurant and everything. And I'm just excited, man. Nipsey is somebody like. He one of the ones for me.
Can I ask you a question? Did you guys know of Nipsey before his tragic
accident?
accident?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Sound like you did not. Okay.
Well, you from Jacksonville though, so it's like.
So I was trying to find out, like, is it just me or is it Duvalians in general that I didn't know?
In general.
Like, I didn't hear his music until he passed away.
Yeah, he was. So Nip originally came out during the same time as Drake and everybody else.
Okay.
But Nip was really in the streets.
All that.
Yeah, all those guys, and he was booming at the same time. But he was in the streets and he kept going back and forth to jail. And then what Nip didn't do, what everybody else did, was Nip didn't sign a major label deal. Nip stayed independent and built it his own way. Okay. And that's where Nip got his diehard fans like myself from, because he was one of the few independent artists that said, fuck the labels, I'm going to do it my way. He went and sold his album for $100, and Jay-Z bought 1,000 of them. And that's when everybody was like, oh, this is real. Like, he really took it into his hands, called it Proud to Pay, and fans could, like, literally have direct contact with him it was different, and the way he moved about things was different. He didn't sign a major label deal with Atlantic until they gave him what he wanted. Then he finally dropped his album Victory Lap, Grammy nominated. Mm-hmm. He lost to Cardi. I wasn't too disappointed in that because Cardi's Invasion of Privacy was a great album. Just looking back on it now,
it was. So you knew that.
I know Cardi. Yeah, of course.
That was a great album. So
I wasn't as upset. Have you listened to Nipsey since he passed?
No. So
don't worry about it. We got you.
Since he passed, I probably heard 2 songs that I actually like.
Yeah.
But I haven't.
I gotta put you onto the album Victory Lap. Just press play. Because if you like Kendrick album, not to say that they're the same artist, because they 2 different artists.
Yeah, he sounds
but
different. But
Nipsey, where you're at right now, Nipsey speaks to your soul.
Yeah.
Like Nipsey speaks directly to your. He's not sugarcoating.
Yeah, I got that when I heard the first 2 songs that I heard. Yeah.
The first song, Victory Lap. Like soon as you listen to the album, it's gonna put you in a mindset of hustling, and like you gonna listen to him, and it's like Tupac, right?
Hustle and motivate.
Like Tupac gave you game, but Tupac didn't live long enough to give you the game that Nip could give you. Like Nip did everything Tupac talked about, as far as like setting up the businesses, making sure his family is straight, making sure he put out the image of Black Power, making sure he put together black businesses. Like Nip really did that. He was really on the ground, really helping change the community. So like Nip became that, and he was really a voice for a community. Like niggas say they the voice of the streets, but Nipsey was really the voice of the streets.
I can tell from the way of, sadly to say, how everything happened with the death. Like the fact that he was in an area, to me, that normal celebrities don't even see themselves going
he didn't
to.
Consider himself a celebrity.
And that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So I could
tell. That was
his
block. His friend of his
store.
That's
what I'm saying. That's in front of his store.
Exactly.
He wasn't, considering that. Not even thinking he needed back, what is it called? Bodyguards or anything of that nature. So I could tell.
Because the goofy that did it, he knew him. He just talked to him earlier that day.
Yeah, that's real goofy. That's sad.
So yeah, shout out to Nip. Shout out to that state. Shout out to Lord
y'all got
London.
Me sad, so I gotta say,
London.
Rest in peace, Pop Smoke. He got murdered.
Rest in peace, Pop Smoke.
And that's another person I was gonna say, but I didn't know his name, so I didn't hear his music either until he died.
Well,
it's so sad.
They wasn't playing his music like that here. They only played like Dior, and they were only playing for like
even
30
Vaughn,
seconds.
I didn't hear his music till he passed.
That's surprising though, because they definitely play Vaughn here.
Yeah,
they definitely play Vaun here.
Yeah,
they play what story?
What do you call them? YNs.
Yeah, took her to the O, and then so not Tony's story. That's me. What's his story? What's Vaughn's story? Like, because Vaughn had the story thing too.
Bruh.
I don't know his music at all.
Well, look it up for me. King Vaughn.
I guess I could look right instead of just looking up and telling.
He got like it was like 5 of them. And he would tell the story.
Yeah, he was always
because it was kind of like Meet Tony's story and how T Grizzly do the robberies.
Like I like T Grizzly. You know
my
him,
homeboy. He a big
T Grizzly.
He big on
T
that
Grizzly.
nigga,
No.
What he say? Got it out today. What's his song?
T Grizzly was First Day Out.
Yeah, First Day Out. You don't know that song?
T Grizzly was the one that really popped in First Days Out.
Try to plug me.
You heard T Grizzly because T Grizzly. They played that song.
Crazy story.
Crazy story.
Crazy story. Couldn't hear me.
You don't know. You know T Grizzly. Hold on.
Just play it.
Trying my best.
I know if I hear it. I'm sorry. I'm so
trying my best.
I'm so bad with names. So
I just know that nigga play video games now.
Oh, do he?
Yeah, watching him on YouTube. Yeah, that can break my bitch mouth to the bitch.
I know you heard about Jacksonville.
Back down, pull the tracks out. Yeah, slap dog. Get a slap. Yeah, caught cases with them niggas that will kill you.
He said these niggas prayed on my downfall to slide into that Duval playlist.
He did.
That's a Duval
forever.
Because they love Crash Out music. And that song
for
there,
sure.
Yeah,
certified.
for sure.
And that Meek Mill song, I can.
Hey, come on now.
What they call y'all, Juves or some shit?
Who?
Juves? Or the young boys, Juves?
Yeah, the young ones.
I know
they
what
call them
YNs.
Now.
That too.
I thought it was
Juves.
I thought they was Jits. Like Jits.
Junior Varsity?
Jits is not a Florida term. It was. It was adopted
from
New Orleans. They refer to them as Johns and Jits. That was adopted to Jacksonville, which is fine, but
don't tell Jacksonville people that.
I'm not from the culture.
Y'all get her in the comments.
They've been saying Jits.
Get me, please.
Yeah, I'm saying Jits since I was a Jit.
It's like the people above me was calling me a Jit at one point, and I was like, okay.
Jit.
I'm not saying that's not a colloquial term that was not used around here. I just said where it originated
from. I think it comes from slavery.
I was just about to say, don't ever think anything is originated from.
Where it came from?
Jit refers to street dance that was originated in Detroit in the 70s.
So it still ain't from.
We going that far back.
In the early 20th century, Jit was sometimes used to refer to a nickel.
We can't wear sunglasses. They got glasses. Jit. Come on.
The term Jit also gained popularity in prison.
It is Motown.
Oh, get out. I guess. I don't know.
But Urban Dictionary said it was originated in South Florida.
Come on, man. Talk to me. Urban Dictionary.
Jit is a young gangster or a juvenile in training. This is a
juvenile in training.
This is made up shit. Yeah.
Nah,
y'all can have
this is made up shit. Yeah.
I'll give it to South Florida.
Yeah.
I probably
Just fought for it.
first.
Y'all got it.
Speaking of these YNs, which is young niggas,
all right.
Damn.
I'm sorry, I'm just saying because to me it's a lot going on with them right now, and it's like, where is the parents? To be honest, that to me that plays into like making excuses for bad behavior.
Right?
Are we just allowing these YNs to just walk around with scullies on, eyes out, as if they're just in ready mode like at all times? You love it?
Yeah, because that way I know what time he's on. Hey, I know what time he's on. He got that mask on. I'm over here.
Who are they getting influenced by? Like, what makes them think that this is okay?
I don't know.
Oh no, it happened during the pandemic. So during the pandemic, Pooh Shiesty, Polo G, all those rappers, Big 30, all those young rappers was wearing the Pooh Shiesties during the pandemic instead of masks, and it became legal that they could wear them. Then the laws got passed that they could wear them inside, and why wouldn't you wear a ski mask when you doing shit that you ain't gonna be doing?
I feel like they're trying to prove a point though at this point. Like,
it's
you literally walking around acting like they literally. If I could show y'all the walk, they just be doing all the time.
Yeah,
like, why are you walking like that? What makes you think
images that made it okay?
That's okay? Exactly. And what makes you think that every girl wants that? Nigga?
Now these
like,
these the parents that we need to talk to. That now what she was talking about earlier. That's where that ain't on the teachers. That's on the parents.
Man,
right
those
there.
parents aren't raising their kids. They're
That's
coming home.
They're
coming home every 3 days while the kids are raising themselves. They're calling in. Did y'all eat? Yeah, mom, we ate. Okay, then all right. See y'all in 2 days.
Teacher want to come in. They just got
on the flight.
Nah, while you playing, did y'all see the girl? I forgot where she from.
And a YN at 6 o'clock in the morning.
She was out partying. She was out partying or some shit, and her kids was at home, and they found out that those kids had been in the house by themselves for like years. You heard about that?
I think I heard about that. Yeah.
They found out the kids been in the house for years. It's like fecal all over the place. The kids don't go outside. The girls ain't seen outside in days. The mama would literally just drop food off in front of the door and leave. The neighbors said they never saw nobody in the house. Because the kids never came out, and the mother literally would go do her thing. She was doing food giveaways and shit on Facebook and all types of shit while her kids, like 3 kids. And they arrested her, and she was out clubbing and shit. Like,
that's the one where the baby was in the street.
Nah,
I saw one where it was a baby in the street.
Stuff like that make me so mad because you have parents that be like, "Oh, I know my cat. I know they'll never lie to me. They'll never tell me that." But ma'am, you're home once a week. It's no way you know your child.
She was worse than that. She wasn't even staying with them. Like literally, they was in a house by themselves. Like never went nowhere else. Like the girls were sleeping on the floor. It's shit everywhere. It's piss everywhere. The tubs. It's bugs. It was disgusting. Like the picture was disgusting.
Let me get on them real. Well, I think I did get on parents in the first segment.
Her. She arrested.
Well, no, in the first segment, I was putting the responsibility on the parents because it is not the teacher's responsibility. Yes, at the end of the day,
this is negligence. This is complete.
But I was
negligence.
about to say, there's not really much I can speak on because y'all know what I do with mine. If I'm not ready, babes, you go back to your sender. For me personally, I don't feel it's my responsibility.
Yeah, I found that shit down. That shit crazy, man.
Bring a child into this world unprepared. And I mean that in every facet. Mentally, you can abuse a child mentally. You can abuse a child emotionally. You can abuse a child physically and financially. And to leave a child in a dwelling with no running water or proper materials, underage or whatever the concept may be or context is in that equation is unforgivable and it's disgusting. Mm-hmm. I have no respect for women, men like that alike. That's why I make the choices that I make. Now, if you allow pressures in your life to keep you from doing what you got to do with the fetus so you can be more mature and able, that's on you. And I feel like if you are going to step into that role, step into it with 2 feet, you fucking bastard. I said what I said. People be against the pro-life thing and against people dealing with what they gotta do, but bring a child in this world just to be raised up to be a fucking menace because they don't know where their loving comes from. They don't know where their healing comes from. They don't know who they are. Like, y'all got me so fucked up. Y'all got me so fucked up.
I agree with you. I really
around
do.
Because I swear I can really go in on that. I hate people like that.
I look at
and you
young
think you're
women.
gonna look down on me? I don't give a fuck if I make 7 of them hoes. You understand me?
So
I mean, it ain't that many,
question.
but if I'm not ready, I'm not ready. And that's why I don't have unprotected sex because it ain't a gamble with either. It's not a plan B. It ain't that either. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is if you get dealt the card and you got that 2 of spade and you're not ready for that 2 of spade because that motherfucker still got the big joker right there, it's okay to get rid of it. It's all right.
It is.
You gotta do some dom that can still work if you got it right. So if you gotta do what you gotta do that.
And life goes on.
Life goes on.
Life goes on.
Life goes on. And if it's meant for you to have a kid, you're gonna have one. But to think that you have to have one because it's in your womb is insane. If you're not ready, if your physical circumstances don't match or are not ready to be an environment for that, babes, it's all right. Have that come to Jesus meeting. Right. Understand what you got to do for you and let God know and let yourself know that this does not mean that you didn't respect what was this. It doesn't mean that you didn't care for what this was. It just means that you're not ready. You apologize and make sure you don't put yourself in that circumstance to do it again. Don't take it so lightly. That's all I'm saying.
And a lot of young girls are not aware of the responsibilities that come with it. They really see it while they're pregnant.
They feel like they're grown. Yeah.
I got a puppy. I got a car. Yeah. No, baby, this is about to be a whole new ball game. So I have gave younger women advice. Hey, if you can, do what's best for you. Yeah. Because in the long run, no, you're not gonna. It's not gonna be a icing on the cake. It's not gonna be peaches and cream. It's not gonna be what you think. Like your mental really goes somewhere after having a child.
Do you think? And I'm only saying this because you actually have kids. Do you feel like the man in the scenario has a say?
Of whether you keeping it or not?
Absolutely.
Negative.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but no.
Okay.
Because we as women, we have to consider.
Check out the movie Rights of a Father.
Shut up.
Check out the movie Rights of a Father.
We as women, we have the right to think of the future for ourselves.
Right.
And at any given time, because men operate the way they do, they can check out at any time. And guess what? Now you're stuck with the child.
Correct.
And we're not going to do that.
Correct.
I'm skipping this conversation, bro. I swear to God.
I'm just saying, like,
I'm skipping this shit.
I agree.
I feel like women have the full 100% to make that decision for themselves because no, you're not considering.
I'm only asking those who can carry kids.
Yeah, I'm only saying
if y'all can carry, y'all can chime in. I'm just asking.
Postpartum, that is real. Like postpartum is real to the point where
my body and goes in yours.
Yeah, you don't want to deal with it. Huh?
Yeah, I'm not jumping this conversation. Shout out to the mothers.
I think the only reason why I feel like y'all, and let me be fair, the only reason why I feel like men in that conversation are excluded is because you have the choice of releasing. Like you said, you have the active ingredient.
No, we don't.
To do what?
No, we don't. Because if you don't want to do it, you're going to get put on child support. There is no choice.
No, what I meant by do it is the nutting part. Let me finish with that. That's what I'm saying. You just let it, because you be fucked up. I know. What I'm saying is to the active ingredient, if you know that you are the catalyst to said situation,
that's what I'm saying.
It don't release your body. Once you, just like anything, once you hand off.
Because niggas more fertile than females.
Once you pass off the baton, you ain't got no more parts, bud. You did what you had to do. You good?
They are.
Once you decide, hey, this is that home, babe. These are some warm guts and I'm letting it ring. That's your prerogative, my love. But if she decides to take seed and raise it with another man, if she decides to give it to the lady in the office, that's her choice. You did what you was going to do. You said I'm going to have a good time, or you said, you know what, I'm going to let this go a little longer. Let me get out that hole real quick.
I'm not saying shit. I'm not saying shit.
And if men don't consider like the future of the situation you're in, are you really ready to raise a child?
This conversation, yo.
You know, with this particular person.
Y'all do not give a fuck about niggas at all, yo.
No,
like,
it's not that.
It's like, you know, it's cool that you carrying a baby. Like, don't get me wrong. Let's separate that though. Like, separate the because it's okay. Yes, y'all physically carry the baby, bro. But like. We literally have a emotional connection and a physical.
We're not saying that.
But I'm saying like the way I speak.
Your personal feelings into it.
No. I'm speaking as a man. Like I'm speaking as a man in this situation, just like she's speaking as a father. As a mother.
If a nigga and a woman had a one night stand, the woman don't know if you gonna nut, but you just you accidentally have pre-cum. Because there's someone that I know who got pregnant off of their first encounter, off their virginity. They were losing their virginity. It was when you're you don't know, but as a woman, you know when you're losing your virginity, it is not a long spurt. It might be 5 minutes, maybe. So it was a very quick moment, and she got pregnant off of that first encounter. They were both in high school. She know he wasn't ready, and she know she wasn't ready. Do you think that she sat there and deliberated with him if she was? No, we don't do that. We take account into what the picture is and what the circumstance is. That's the only point I was trying to make. That's why I said, do you feel do they have a choice in the matter of what we do? And that's why I said no, because at the end of the day, you did your part.
No,
you
done
did that.
That's not the case, because if you don't want to have the kids, just give me the kid. That's what I'm saying. Y'all just completely like.
So I gotta go through 9 months of what I'm going through and labor, which I could possibly die from before I even give you said kid. You want me to do that so you can have a kid?
I'm saying that it should be a discussion. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that I'm discrediting what y'all go through. Right. What I'm saying is we both created.
You feel like you're holding a discussion, and that's where I'm trying to figure out why you feel that way.
Because we created a kid.
To me,
like,
I'm going to say this: if depending on the scenario of the man, then yes,
like, how does a nigga not matter in that situation?
Are doing discussion. If you're able to say, "Listen, what you mean? I work.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I can provide. I can do X, Y, Z." Then that's one thing. But then again, if I still have a different path of what I'm about to take versus what you got going on, I don't care if you can't provide for me and the child if I had a child.
But that's where the communication is.
If I don't want to do it, I don't have to do it.
I'm not saying I have to be right. I'm saying that. I think as a man, I reserve the right to have that conversation.
Exactly.
Like,
and we're saying
yes, like if you disagree, like listen, I'm saying this as a man, like I'm, I empower y'all all the time. Like this ain't that. I'm simply saying that in a situation, like as a man, we shouldn't be told that we can't have an opinion on something that's also dire to us, because if I also told you on the other end, hey, I'm not ready to have a kid, and you have a kid, you're also going to hold me accountable and tell me that I need to be paying or I need to be...
all of the power lies with the woman. That's the point I'm trying to make.
It doesn't though.
Whether she wants to or not.
It doesn't though.
Even
answer the actual scenario I'm talking about. The actual scenario I'm talking about actually happens quite often.
Right.
Where a nigga says, hey, we're not ready for this kid, and you do it anyway. So in a situation like that,
guess what? As a woman, she now knows that. Guess what? Stupid. You decided to keep a child that he did not want. Why did you keep it? You're the fool now, and now you're going to have to raise this child. She's stupid. If the nigga,
I don't want to say that.
If he don't want the baby, get rid of it. She said it in her whole rap song. If he does not want it, stop. I'm being honest. This is real. This is reality. The reason why any woman out there, reality is if a nigga tell you he does not want that baby, do not keep that baby. He's not lying.
Which is why I said make the decision for you. Make it for you. Let it be influenced by said person. Look at all of the optics.
We talking about influence, and you talking about a child, about two people. Like I get y'all talking about y'all hung up on.
We're not y'all. It's just women who hold it.
Yeah, but there's two people involved in that situation. Like y'all just
like women looking stupid.
So it's not. But it's a man looking stupid if you do it.
No, if the man told you he don't want it,
it's so crazy how like this is like y'all having somebody's child and it doesn't matter that the other person has an opinion on anything about it.
Absolutely.
Like that's wild.
And the reason I say that they got a point, bro, is because like childbirth is risky, bro.
No. I'm not referring to that part. I'm not referring to the physical. I'm talking about. I'm not referring.
As a man, you'll never get the severity because you
don't talk to me about getting the severity because I was in the emergency room, mine. So
what I'm saying is, I agree with you that yes.
That's what
I understand. You understand there is no.
But that's what I'm saying. I was there. I wasn't a nigga that wasn't there.
She could have died.
What I'm saying,
but I was there. That's what I'm saying. Like I matter. Like I matter because I'm there.
You do matter
my
in a
child
certain
matters.
situation. If this is two high school students, listen. If this is two high school students, does the child really matter?
He's saying that because
if we're in our senior year and I get pregnant, does it really matter what you want?
Yes,
no.
I know a girl right now that just graduated her master's and she was born in a situation like that.
That's her. She was born in it. She wasn't the one pregnant.
A lot of people that
if we're talking about that, my mom, and I'm sorry, Mom, I just have to because at the end of the point, if it comes down to putting experience to have a foot in the ring, hey, my mom attempted home abortions with me. She was going through postpartum. She had my brother, and then she had my sister, and then she had me. My brother is 30, my sister's 29, I'm 28. So just imagine. Exactly.
Mama was
so with that being considered, and she already had a son before that ladder even started, so the postpartum was hitting her heavily. My mom decided to stop trying to do an at-home abortion in her 8th month of pregnancy. It takes 9 months. So at the 8th month, that's when she decided to come to Jesus and decide that if God allowed her to have this baby, she was going to keep it. Hence why Jesus Jessica. That's why I go by that. Well, it's my middle name, but that's why they named that my middle name. So for me, my dad, when I had the incidents that I had, like I said, when I had to go see the lady, my dad kept bringing that up. You was one of those kids, I don't give a flying fuck about damn. If God didn't want me to be here, guess what wouldn't have happened? I wouldn't have been here, but I am here. Mm-hmm. And guess who's not going to be so long as they do their job right? It's just that simple. I don't have any qualms with people who want to keep kids, and I don't have qualms with people who want to give them back. My whole point is, don't allow the person, whoever, outside individuals, my dad, your mama, your man, don't let them be an influence because that is a choice that deters your life in the good or for the worse. It's up to you on how you play it, but what I'm saying is if you know in your heart of hearts and your beings of beings that you could be in a different space without the complexities that come with the child or vice versa, do what's best for you. That's all I'm saying is do what's best for self. You don't have to involve other people. If you want to, cool. But what I'm telling you is make sure you're doing what's best for you, not your account counterpart, having a baby to term so you can give them to the father. If that's your choice, bookie booty. Because then that's it.
Yeah, that's you as a mother now having to think about where's my child every day. Like, who wants to deal with that? But I'm not saying that the man does not have a part. I'm not saying that.
That's exactly what y'all saying.
No, I'm not.
That's
I'm not
exactly
saying
what y'all saying.
what I'm saying
That's exactly what y'all saying.
Listen, I am saying
exactly
in
what y'all
certain
saying.
situations, men do or don't have a part in this.
What
if
I'm
we're
saying,
married and we're, you know, in this and this and that, and I get pregnant, okay, boom, we need to sit down. Hey, babe, what do you want to do? Because XYZ, this is how I feel about it, this is how you feel about it. And then we move forward. If you're just dating and it's been 3 years or more, yes, we're going to still sit down. But if it's something where the nigga or whoever the person is showing you already, like you might be number 1, 2, or 3, why are we discussing me keeping this baby? Why?
I'm not talking about your husband. I'm not talking about
we ain't talking about real
boyfriend.
scenarios where people have to come together and talk.
I'm speaking to you because why are you getting so careless with the shit? And I just said it's not a birth control, so I'm not talking about that. What I'm saying is, I know my mind is already made up, and I let nigga know straight up when the moment we start getting into a conversation where I feel like, okay, I'm gonna want to fuck this nigga. When I already put in my mind that I want to fuck you, I'm already having that conversation. Hey, if shit get hectic, I'm going to see the lady. You understand that? And that means you gotta go too. Like I've had my last nigga, I broke up with him because of that conversation. Mind you, we didn't even fuck it. I was just letting him know, hey, if shit get hectic and I end up with that, they're cut and you're cut too. And he was like, what you mean? And I was like, exactly what the fuck I said. And he was like, so you don't feel like you fuck with me enough to still fuck with me? Why would I sacrifice giving up the child and keeping the same nigga? If I felt so solid with you, why wouldn't I keep the kid, dumbass? So yeah, all y'all got to fucking go. And a lot of women
are still looking stupid because they thought... because they was talking to that man. You see what I'm saying? They decided, no, I do care for you, so I'm going to keep the child. And then the nigga still turn on you months later.
They calling Anthony Edwards girl stupid now because he texted her and said get the shit and she didn't want to. Like,
I agree.
It is what it is.
If my daughter was to get pregnant at any age, I'm going to make sure she knows, hey.
And I don't know why you came to the realization that you did. Can you share why you feel like you agree or...
Like why I agree with y'all?
Yeah.
Because like you said, bro, because I practice this now, bro. Like I keep condoms like everywhere, bro. Because... At the end of the day, bro, I give you the choice to do it, bro. Like, you don't have to have a baby at all, bro. If I don't, you know what I'm saying?
We could just keep going and having sex.
We all good. Like, you know what I'm saying? But, like, so like, once I made that realization in my brain, I started, like, making it like a victim thing. It's a victim thing. Sometimes dudes will be like, oh, man, she did this. Well, nah, come on, bro. And you knew.
And if you don't like condoms, make sure your pull-out game is good. I'm just saying.
Don't even try to pull up, bro. Hey, fellas, don't pull out, bro.
Have situational awareness and know, okay.
Your hips aren't as good as you think they are, bro.
They're not.
Don't do it.
Because I promise you, when you're in a certain position, you sink a bit. And it takes the reactive recovery that you think you're taking.
It's that leg lock, bro.
It's in there.
It's that
leg lock, bro.
First of all,
y'all hit him with that leg lock.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Y'all lock him. And I got to throw you across the room now.
I call that the child lock.
You better do a horse flip.
You heard what I call that the child lock.
Through the wall.
Okay. Will you be putting bitches?
Got to, bro. Cross the room.
I use condoms and you ain't locking me in shit, nigga. What the fuck?
That's what I'm saying.
I'm finna choke you. Get off me.
You say that now. Okay, yeah. They get you in that position. They lock you in.
No, the fuck they not. Why? I got 2 daughters. Like, what? You think they ain't tried? The fuck? The same shit y'all talking about literally. Yo, this shorty told me, hey, you know, I love to have your baby and you don't have to have nothing to do with the baby.
So are you saying she's riding at this point or... I'm confused.
Riding what?
Because I'm saying you saying you're not gonna let a girl lock you.
First of all,
you're not gonna let a girl lock you in.
Doing nothing to me now.
Even if she's riding, she can still.
She can't lock me in. Who riding?
I'm just saying it's the different scenarios to all of this.
Ain't nobody locking me in. And if she locking me in, why the fuck is you locking me in knowing I ain't got a condom on? You stupid. That's where the accountability comes into play. But it's all on the nigga. It's all on the nigga. But you lock me in and tell me to nut in you. It's all on the nigga though.
I never said
it's all on the nigga though. It's all on the nigga.
He said he was acting
Niggas irresponsible.
It's a basketball game, bro. That's all I'm saying. So if I don't pass you the ball,
talk about some active ingredient. Okay, catalyst. I can't with you.
That's why. I try to be extra careful.
I don't deal with that. For that reason, y'all got fertile dick, and I ain't got time.
That's why I wear condoms.
Yeah, what?
Ladies,
half of the time, you don't even know when they nutted.
Why you?
Let's be very clear.
Don't know.
People simple. If you do not have children, fucking with the person with children is a negative.
Wait, what?
What you say?
I said half of the time niggas don't know when they're nutting. And when I say that, I don't mean the main big nut.
No,
those pre-nuts that get bitches pregnant, that's what I'm talking about.
That's what you're talking about. You're right.
That shit get
bitches that be bubbling up just right at the tip.
First of all,
it just be coming out like
my shit is not even near you in that stage. Why is it near you in that stage? Why is it near your coochie?
Niggas be hunching at pre-nut. What are you talking about?
He talking to the YNs.
To the clothes?
He talking to y'all because y'all know damn well.
You not getting pre-nut. You getting pregnant from pre-nut.
Yes, you can.
Not through the clothes. It's dead already. It's not coming through the clothes. It's dead already.
No.
It's dead already.
Listen, I'm talking about mid-stroke.
Right.
I'm not putting my shit inside you without a condom on.
Okay, you're talking personally.
You're talking personally. I'm talking about.
I'm not talking about them stupid ass niggas. They stupid. You stupid for not doing it.
You always play devil's advocate. Then play it now.
No, I said that shit. The niggas is stupid, and I also said you hold on to the nigga and say nutty me, and then you look at everybody stupid. You know, the nigga nutty. I ain't gonna because I lock you in on my leg lock. Stupid, get off me. Get off me, girl.
You know this nigga gonna push that goalpost. You better make sure you know what you said so you can go back to it. Cause this nigga gonna have you on a pivot. And I'm like, now what the fuck did I say to get us here? You better Louie will have you, and I'm telling you, he was not saying that shit. He was sticking up for you weird ass niggas. Hey, pre-cum can get a bitch pregnant.
Louie don't never stick up for no weird ass niggas, so don't start no narrative like that.
I did who?
Huh? What? She said I was sticking up for some niggas. No, I was saying pre-cum. She talking about like. I'm talking about like when I'm thinking pre-cum, I'm thinking about like foreplay. So I'm thinking like
no.
Hold on, let me get my point out. Hold on.
Stop showing your age.
Hold on.
Pre-cum, you know what we saying when we saying
when we say pre-cum, I'm thinking like I'm hard because we've been fucking around and like we get into that point. But I'm not putting my dick nowhere near you when it's pre-cum stage unless you give me head.
You don't know. It's what I'm telling you.
That's the point of pre-cum.
That's what I'm telling you. Y'all don't know. Y'all don't know.
I'm a grown ass man. I'm a grown ass man. I know when I got pre-cum. My shorts are wet. What are you talking about? My boxes are wet. Pre-cum has my boxes wet. You can't tell me. I'm a man. I know what pre-cum do to me. I'm a nigga. What are we talking about?
Stop.
That's the face I'm making.
It sounds like you said you get wet. Let's just move on. That's what they're gonna have.
We'll say
Let me out. Let me out.
God, boys is crazy.
You stupid.
Nah, fuck that. Fuck that.
So
no, but what she is saying is there's a premature nut.
Yes.
That gets people pregnant.
So your dick has a Vaseline mechanism that keeps it like puts a little. That's what the pre-com is for, is to keep it like lubricant.
Nigga, I know it's the fuck.
He talking about like that first round.
Yeah, he talking about like the one before the one. I'm talking about just a regular ass, just natural sex.
Because sometimes you can pre-cum.
I know what y'all talking about. What I'm saying is my shit don't even go near your coochie without a condom on unless it's in your mouth. My shit is not going near your coochie without a condom on.
That's you.
I know, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about me. I'm talking about.
And that's why I said you want to play devil's advocate.
But I'm saying I'm not the only one. Like, nigga, it's not just me. It's other niggas that think like this.
We're not talking about the niggas though on this topic.
Okay, so what niggas are we talking about?
Listen, so you know. Listen.
The reckless ones.
The YNs.
Yeah, the reckless ones.
The man, go ahead.
Damn.
You know some reckless niggas, bro.
You don't always know. That's it.
Don't always know what.
So now you know. This nigga will take some context. You ain't even said the shit. And I'm like, the point of the conversation was
you don't know
when you come and not even know. And now the woman is pregnant. And that's why the whole conversation was you do not have to include them.
Oh, he's talking about when they put it in them.
Even when they put them in them.
Nigga, what duh? The fuck?
Even when they put the
see, y'all gotta stop fucking with stupid niggas.
Who is y'all?
Not you.
Yeah, don't.
She's like, wait a minute.
Don't do that.
Not y'all.
Is the y'all in the room with
I'm
us?
saying like niggas, y'all. These are stupid niggas that y'all talking about. Like I'm sorry, I don't relate to stupid niggas. My bad, just for not relating to stupid niggas.
At the end of the day, our audience is gonna be a plethora of stupid niggas.
No, I'm giving my audience more credit than that. You some real niggas out there. Don't let her motherfucking cross you.
Y'all some nasty.
Very clear.
You never know.
Oh no, I know they nasty because everybody keep bringing up to me my pussy.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you never know.
I was about to say, there's more people with children than people with not. So we definitely got them motherfuckers in the audience. Now, whether or not they already learned the lesson or not is a different story.
Yeah, I never been that dog.
But we definitely speaking to the right people.
I know some shorties that I know some shorties that literally were so used to that shit.
Used to what?
Like Plan B pills in the morning. Like, was more natural about it than I was. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm not fucking you again.
Yeah.
Because you done been through this too many times.
Yeah.
Like,
why are you taking that shit back to back?
Yo.
Like now, what I will say
ain't nothing wrong with a little plan B. I ain't saying that.
I'm okay, because I'm going to stand up.
No, definitely ain't. Hey, look, we going to the store, shorty. We going to the store. We going to the store before CVS closed at 12 o'clock.
I never took them like they were bedside mints or nothing. But
not bedside mints.
Come in the clutch.
But I will say it is an emergency contraceptive for a reason. So what I'm saying is, if you and your man are using a loose noodle, my love,
you know what she talking about?
You don't give a damn how far it went, y'all know y'all just had the event, and you gotta go ahead and reach to that drawer. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Nothing wrong with it.
Now, what I will say, babies, it's $50 a pack. So if you got it on the surplus,
it's crazy because y'all know pre-cum does, but y'all still be having plan B's though.
Not only that, ladies, just so you know, right? Listen, not only that, ladies,
you don't know not to let a pre-cum go inside you, so you don't gotta go get
it's the fact that you're asking nigga that you know, he says no, but he don't know he pre-cumming. Get the hell out of here.
I think we're talking about two different things, Louie. I think only the man is aware when they nut, unless it's like an actual orgasm. Women,
let's put it this way for them. Look, Jess, let's put it this way. Let's put it this way. Niggas think that girls be having orgasm when we don't. We're just wet.
So y'all don't know.
Y'all don't know. Nobody had orgasm and I didn't have one. I'm just wet. Nigga, like, what are you saying?
Hey, look at my face.
You're gonna know when I have an orgasm versus just over here wet. Stop it.
Hey, audience.
Stop it.
Hey, audience, hold on. Hold on. Hey, audience, since we here, I can't relate. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to be these niggas. If y'all niggas need some tips, don't ask me.
I'm just saying.
It starts with her mind, fellas, honestly.
That's
all I tell you.
Listen, talk to her. Talk to her.
Talk to her. Crack the code.
Talk to her.
Start with her mind.
Listen, bro, you gotta talk them through it. You know, hey, we ain't finna turn this into lip service. We ain't gonna do it. We can turn this into lip service if y'all want. Talk them through it, fellas. You know what I'm saying?
Don't talk nobody through it.
No, talk them through it. Matter of fact, go right to her ear.
Talk me through that checking account, bitch. Don't talk me through nothing. I got 5,000 waiting on you. You got wet.
At this point,
you got wet.
Listen, right.
Listen, y'all do that shit if y'all want to, because I know.
You know what?
I know a lot of them that don't.
Louie to give his personal experience and allow that to motivate you, you're gonna be fucked up. What he's talking about is something that is subjective to his character and persona. Period. Point blank.
That is real, because y'all niggas is not me. Y'all niggas is not me.
Okay, so we need to
so let's clarify this.
Music is not your music.
Because I'm pretty sure people probably watch the pod and probably think like, listen, I'm nothing like these debates that I had with Jess. Let's just clarify. I am a sucker. I am a lover. I love women.
Why we can't be passionate about our jobs, nigga?
I am, but I'm just saying, like, I don't want people to get the narrative, like I
mean, because you be
trying to gas.
Fans, period.
You be trying to gas. Like I be protecting trash niggas all the time.
Low key, you do speak for the advocate of the devil. You say that all the time. I'm being a devil's advocate right now.
I just speak to both sides because it's two sides. It's always two sides.
You talking straight personal Louie shit. We don't give a fuck about what you got going on.
It's different.
Nigga, you disclosing shit we did not need to know. We don't give a fuck. What we're saying is pre-cum happens and they make bitches pregnant. You don't. Maybe go back over there to that stupid man. Like I said. So like I said, not for real though.
Touche.
Ain't nothing wrong with plan B. Just use it in moderation.
Use it in moderation because, ladies, if you take it back to back, you will still get pregnant. I'm just letting you know. You can't take placebo. You can't pop a plan B and think you're gonna still have sex the next day. It doesn't work that way.
Or you can get on sale.
Please read the instructions.
The Walgreens version only costs $25.
Do not. If you get the off-brand version, you will be in that clinic.
No, you won't. The Walgreens version works perfectly fine. That's how they get you. They fool you and have you thinking that one medicine.
The other is a man.
The one of us have paid for it and one of us
strictly plan B.
One of us has also gotten off-brand. The other has also been in the clinic because I took it.
Well, that's a one-off. I'm pretty sure it's a percentage.
What I'm trying to tell you is the ones that are off-brand, some are placebos and some are the plan B to give you the contraceptive to abort a baby. That's all I'm saying.
You need to say which one's the placebos because that's a lawsuit.
No, they don't actually. They do not have to say that.
That's a lawsuit.
The reason why they don't have to say it is because it says on the package that it is not a guaranteed. This is not a guaranteed. That's why they can get off with that shit.
If that's the case, all of them say that. Then one of them not gonna say that and be on the same shelf as the other ones.
No, even if you get a Vagisil brand, even if you get the $51 brand,
you just said don't get the off brand because the. All right, man.
What I'm saying is I took the off-brand and I took the actual brand. So what I'm saying is as a woman, I don't even know why I'm debating this. Do what you want to do.
Exactly. It's the same as birth control. It's the same as birth control. If you take the wrong birth control, you can still end up pregnant. At the end of the day, I want to put this on camera because I want to shout out to Miss Brownlee, which is a lovely friend of mine. She's awesome. She's great. She's the art teacher at Fields of Art Christian Academy. So with that being said, I got her to make us some shirts. I just want to shout out that I love the pod. I love what we're about. And it just simply says On The Ave podcast. This is Jess on. It has her name on the back.
Oh, okay.
What's her name?
Miss Brownlee.
Miss Brownlee. Thank you so much, Miss Brownlee. We really appreciate this.
That's so beautiful.
Really appreciate it.
This is our first merch. So we really appreciate you. And honestly, we would probably like for you to be our merch lady. We'll actually pay you for the rest of them because this is dope.
This is very nice.
I really do appreciate this.
Yes. So,
and it's thick quality t-shirt.
Wow.
This is yours. I think this is yours, Trel.
Yeah, I saw my name.
Yeah, you saw your name.
I seen it.
Yeah, they're real nice.
I like that. Yeah,
that is so fire.
Mm-hmm. Y'all want your bag back so y'all can put them in there?
Yes.
Thank you.
So yeah. All right. That was tonight.
Thank you.
Hey, walk down for a talk. Married to the game, no time for divorce. Get lost in the flow. Man, I done kept my eyes on the prize, seeing signs like a ghost. On my grind from the go. That's a prize you ain't know. That the down was a goat. I be right at your